Oh, can't do that, I guess. Do you want your own money or your daddy's instead? I'm out of beer. I don't feel like a martini. Maybe later. Might make one. I can make a martini. I got the makings for a martini. Olives and all. Popcorn Nation.
She took the fire, she was leaving. No forgiveness, no confession. Now I'm sifting through the cold gray ashes, looking for peace in my redemption. She was my secret and I was a sinner. Had to whisper our confession. Went to the well and looked in the mirror. Raised the glass to my redemption. How long till I drink from the fountain? Redemption. High to the top of the mountain. Beyond redemption. Bullets flying out of nowhere, reaching out with no exception. Never featured crimes on the TV. Wants my money and my redemption. How till I drink from the fountain? Redemption. High to the top of the mountain. Beyond redemption. Won't somebody save me? Down in the valley, trying to rise up. Won't somebody save me? No salvation in an empty promise. I'm a wall with no protection. I have to kneel at the altar. It's a last chance. My redemption. How till I drink from the fountain? Can you hear me calling? One chance for my addiction. You're a dancer. Do you hear me calling? Oh. It's the darkest hour of the darkest night. To me, mine, till the morning. Can't get no sleep, don't know what to do. Got those midnight blues. Well, the night moves forward. I feel the night coming in.
Well, that didn't take long, Vader. I just unbanned that account, you dumb fuck. You go ahead, you little queer. You go right ahead, you little fucking faggot, Vader. Hey, Vader, you click on my link. Come on up here. Try to porn bomb me. Come on up, Vader. You punk, before my news comes on. I just timed the motherfucker out. There, I'll time every one of your motherfucking handles out, Vader. You get one shot each time. That's the best you can do. You ain't no Billy Hayden, I can tell you that. That's right. I brought down Shannon's troll night, and look what I did to JC and Wiggin. Them motherfuckers are fit to be tied. They can't even stand themselves. I am their content. Now Wiggins over there kissing Alpesh's ass after I had a wrench over there. And them motherfuckers didn't dare come there when I was there. Both of you. You really don't stand a chance, Vader. You need to fucking know your role and accept what you fucking are. Vader's best hope is that Zenny still fucking likes him. I doubt that very much. You're lucky I'm not Zenny. With the same attitude that I have. Vader, you would only cost a business money. There's a reason you don't hold a job for longer than 6 months ever. You're not dependable, you're not reliable, you're not responsible. In other words, you're not an adult, you're a child. Little man child. Mommy and daddy spoiled you. You think everybody's supposed to treat you like how your mother does. Fucking put powder on your ass and feed you. I'm missing one tooth. Right there. Had to come out. Long time ago, though. I've been without that fucking tooth since 2011. Since 2011. Only Blue Wrenches and myself are going to be able to read your comments, Vader. Don't care, Vader. You should go away for a while and then come back with a change of attitude. Seriously. Any of these women out here were my daughter, you really wouldn't like me. Go back to JC's chat where you belong, Vader. You ain't going to last long in here. I don't care you got a job or not. You're a sickening motherfucker. You're of no use to anybody. Not even yourself. That's sad. I wish the best for you, though. You're welcome to come in. I'm probably just going to time your dumb ass out, though.
I've got those midnight
It's been so long since I've read music. I'm so out of practice. I need a refresher training. I can't explain to you the bars and all that. I know which notes are which notes.
But it's storm. Soon the last curtain falls. 100 years have passed. Has spoken. All the great warriors have sown. History's flag, like the book of a seven seas.
Book of a Seven Seas.
Heroes past. Through fires, revolutions, dust storms.
Won't be long. I'm going to have venison in my freezer. Nothing like a venison sandwich. Cooked in onions and beer.
Last man to go. Tomorrow this place falls in the silence.
Come on there, fat man. Yeah, man. I'm Alpesh Patel. I'm a DJ. I'm a DJ. Right there, you fucker. This fucking crybaby. I hate to turn this off. My news is on.
There's a path traveled by many. Say you want more prayer for my family. Like a ship without a sail.
You can come back in 5 minutes, Patrick, unless you have another account. Hate to cut the music off, but it's that time. And see what's going on in the world. Yeah, I timed him out for 5 minutes. The motherfucker does not know how to behave. You fat, lazy motherfucking pack row. You and your little buddy there, Andy, crying. Go cry to Acid Trip. Maybe you can get Wiggin to go live.
This week on Celeb News, the Hollywood glow-up you never saw coming. It's DirecTV. They're shaking things up.
I posted the link for you, Patrick. You have one choice. You come up on my panel. I'm not going to let you post in my side chat. You had your chance. And all you want to do is insult and innuendo. We're not putting up with it.
Visit directtv.com today. New residential customers. Auto News Monthly. Cancel anytime.
Other chatters don't want to see that shit. They're sick of the fucking bullshit.
With personalized attention.
You know, you want to troll, have fun, make a little fun of people, just, but not you guys. You have nothing, Patrick. You can't even get out of that fucking chair. You're a slob. I want to see what you look like without a shirt on. I want to see you do a push-up, Patrick. Let me see you do a push-up.
The officers then tried non-lethal
Dean Martin said he can't do a push-up. I've been watching them.
He was hospitalized. An investigation is now underway.
Watched a good one today. I watched it a long time ago. I can remember it was on when I was a kid. They had a bunch of baseball players on there. Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, Yogi Berra. Oh yeah, owners of Atlanta Braves back in the 60s and the early 70s.
That told Republican gubernatorial candidate Winsome Earl Sears, quote, if trans
he was up all night. He doesn't have the stamina. He can't sleep for 4 hours and then be up for 20. It's impossible for him to do that.
This week on Sports News, football's newest star ain't no rookie. It's DirecTV.
He leaves it on. He's not even paying attention to the chat. It's like he's cleaning, and he doesn't have anything. He has no furniture. None. He doesn't have any. The fuck's he got? He's got that fucking couch he sleeps on. I don't even think it's a futon. It's just a fucking cheap ass motherfucking couch. That's why he's got that great big giant body pillow.
But I don't want to get a flu shot.
you don't want to get the flu.
Sit there and says he can't watch me, but it's all they do is talk about it. He did a stream on me today again. That's a hate stream that you're doing, Acid Trip. You're hating on Billy Hayden. You're trying you want to ruin my life while you complain that we ruin people's life. There's that fucking fly.
Meet Chris. National University supports all his ands. With flexible online courses, he can be a student and teach his son how to hit a curveball and serve his country.
I don't know why Acid would be lonely. He's got Patrick Rowe and he has Andy 504. But Kittle's trolled him a little bit today. I kind of watching that. Peeking in.
Ever feel like your car is trying to tell you something? Trade me in. I'm tired. I want a new home. Well, guess what? Bob Johnson Ford of Pulaski is listening. We want your car, and we'll pay you top dollar for it. That's right. Whether it's a clunker...
Tony, you were there, remember? Shortly, I had the wrench, and then things changed again. Remember how he said, "Oh, Billy trusted me, and now I fucked him over," and all how he bragged? What a little weasel! I knew he was going to do it. You're fuck tired, acid drip, and you know it.
But the earlier accident on Alabama Avenue at Wheeler Road.
I'm conducting business. I got admin. I got administration. Office work. Calls it office work. Oh, I just made $20. But he can't pay his own rent. He's got to ask his mother for fucking money. If I were out here and my mother was fucking paying my rent, I wouldn't let you guys know my mother's fucking giving me. My mother used to give me money. Just fucking here, yeah. I could ask my mother for money and she'd give it to me. Try to pay her back, she'd never fucking take it back. I drove every fucking car she's ever owned. That's why there's this civil rivalry between my sister JC and myself. Not enough of Sally to go around. I mean, she got the fucking house, for Christ's sakes. I didn't fight for that. I'm quite capable of having my own place. Not afraid to live alone. The old lady left, I became a bachelor. Life is good. Salute, Rocky, Tom, everybody else. Mark Levin's on.
Hello, America. Mark Levin here. Our number, 877-381-3811, 877-381-3811. Well, the big issue this evening is the Trump peace plan. And let's see here. I went over this plan. I went over it carefully. I went over the leaked drafts by some of the foreign countries involved. I will say this. As one person put it, the plan basically comes down to this. Two options. Hamas surrenders or Israel gets to finish Hamas off with Arab support. Brilliant. I have a little bit of a different take, which I'll get to here in a moment as I pull this up. I'm going to at least refer to what I posted, because I think you should know about this. There were earlier drafts that had been leaked by these other governments I mentioned to you. I said the Trump peace plan. After reading the final plan and watching carefully the press conference just now, I'm optimistic about the broad parameters of this plan. Let me be specific. Number one, unlike the earlier leaked drafts, there is no mention of Judea and Samaria, which is wrongly called the West Bank. Previous drafts declared that Israel must not annex them. This was not a relevant issue and a big sticking point with me. I'm glad it was dropped. Number two, I oppose a Palestinian state, period. There is no grant of a Palestinian state in the deal, as there appeared to be in earlier leaked drafts. The language is such that it requires a complete transformation of the Palestinian culture and ideology, which unfortunately is highly unlikely. Moreover, the word may is not binding at all. May. Once this transformation occurs, and it won't, then there may be a basis for a Palestinian state. So to me, that's all BS. Number 3, if Hamas rejects the deal or otherwise sabotages it after putatively accepting it, the Israelis are free to military demolish them with full United States support. As for the governing aspects of this, it's 21 points. And all the important security requirements for Israel, I have faith in both the president and the prime minister that they, above all others, know what they're doing. There are many details and pieces that have to fall into place, many more details and pieces that have to be worked out. So none of this will be easy or certain. And as this plays out, I'll have further comments along the way, as will others. But I think the broad parameters provide a solid foundation. But time will tell. We know many of these actors are untrustworthy. Many. And there's a lot of layers to this. It's not simple. In fact, it's complex. But the hostages are to be released within 72 hours. Hamas is to disarm or be disarmed. And as this gentleman put it, Hamas either surrenders or Israel gets to destroy them with the support of the United States and the Arabs. I wouldn't count on the latter, but you get the point. So, number 1, I think the president deserves enormous credit for his effort here. Enormous credit, as do the people who've been assisting him. Enormous credit. I just feel this is better than it was 48 hours ago from what I was reading. Much better. Number 2, the Prime Minister of Israel deserves enormous credit for engaging on this, and his people. I assume negotiating, going back and forth and tightening things up. And then there's the reality. A lot of the people in Israel, I'm not saying a majority, but a lot, were growing weary of this war. And they want their hostages back. Now, this isn't an act of weakness by the Israelis. How can you call any of this an act of weakness, given what the Israelis have done to Hamas and Gaza, given what the Israelis have done to Hezbollah in Lebanon, given what the Israelis have done to Iran, given what the Israelis are doing to the Houthis? And I go on and on and on. Weakness. One of the reasons why Benjamin Netanyahu is attacked viciously with anti-Semitic diatribes, he's focused on by the isolationist bigot neo-Nazis on the right. He's attacked by the Marxists and the Islamists on the left. He's attacked by people even in high places in government, is because he is a leader and he is effective. If he wasn't a leader and he wasn't effective, they'd have no reason to attack him. Many of these people are on the payroll of the Islamists or want to be on the payroll of the Islamists. It's true, directly and indirectly. And so this is an issue as well. Netanyahu is hated because he's effective, because he's a great leader. Same reason with Trump. Trump is hated because he's effective. He's a great leader. And Netanyahu knows better than I if the deal protects the Israelis or not. And President Trump is not Biden. He's not Obama. He's not Clinton. He's not going to throw the nation of Israel off the roof. He's just not going to do it. He's done too much for the nation of Israel to act in such a way as the greatest president the United States has had in its dealings with Israel. So I think the broad parameters of this are very solid, very positive. Obviously, things take time to implement. It's a very complicated and dangerous part of the world. I'm not a Pollyanna about these things. I don't think there'll be eternal peace. There is no such thing. When it comes to human beings, there's evil. Some people believe there's a devil. There's not eternal peace. This battle between peace and war, between good and evil. That's the eternal battle, isn't it? According to your own Bible, my Bible. So that's not going to just go away. The Islamists will exist. Their ideology is dangerous. It's deadly. It's a death cult. And so you're trying to deal as best as you can with what you have in this part of the world with respect to the Arab states and the Muslim states. It's that simple. It's that simple. Now, this Islamist, radical Islamist mentality threatens some of their dictatorships. Threatens some of their dictatorship. And so that's problematic for them. But I step back and I look at this for Israel, and I think to myself, this thing was tightened up. The Judea and Samaria no longer on the table. That's a good thing, because they were, in that draft it said, they will not annex. Annex? Annex? The Jews were there 4,000 years ago. It's not about annexing. That's why when you're trying to bring some kind of a peace agreement, that was preposterous to have that in there, and they removed it. Same with the Palestinian state. You're free to read the language yourself. It's in there. Maybe I'll go over it after the break with you. Anyway, that's my general take on this. I know some people are out there saying this is a complete sellout. It certainly is not. Some people out there saying it doesn't go far enough. I mean, I don't know how much further you could go without being farcical, quite frankly. It's not perfect, because nothing's going to be perfect. And there's going to be a lot of bumps in the road, and we're going to see if some of these bumps are fatal. If Israel believes its security is threatened under any of these circumstances, it's not going to abide by this. It's hard to see how Hamas or even the Palestinian authorities come out and say, we're in, we agree with it, because they want to create the impression that they're a moderate force and that they should run Gaza. But that's not what's in the deal. That's not in the deal. Not the Palestinian Authority or Hamas. I'll be right back.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
Hi, I'm George, an economics major at Hillsdale College. Here's Hillsdale President Dr. Larry Arnn with the Constitution Minute.
The Declaration of Independence is more than a bold letter to a British king written by upstart colonists, although it very much is that. The Declaration explains the promise of America, that all men and women are born equal in their possession of natural rights, and that the proper exercise of these rights can lead to a full and deeply satisfying life. Just as the Declaration explains America's promise, the Constitution upholds that promise. Its purpose is to protect the rights of all of us, our natural rights. This establishes the possibility, not the guarantee, that we can have a good life. This is true freedom.
To learn more and get a free pocket Constitution, visit constitutionminute.com.
This Constitution Minute was furnished by Hillsdale College.
Individuals
In Fairfax, there is accident activity on westbound Braddock Road at Shirley Gate Road with the left lane blocked and traffic is jammed from 123. And in Manassas, there is an accident on Bristol Road between Independent Hill Drive and Kaiser Road. So use caution there as well. Slow going traffic on 66 westbound between the Beltway and 123 and more delays in the Fairfax County Parkway towards Business 234. Eastbound, you'll find delays in the Falls Church area between the Connect Road and Glebe Road, and still a slow go on 95 southbound from Newington to Woodbridge and from Dumfries towards the Centerport Parkway. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Somewhat 7 forecast.
Tonight, cloudy with a passing shower, lows around 67. Tomorrow, cloudy with highs around 78. Ever felt defeated by cravings? You're not alone. Henry Meds is here to help support your weight management journey. Henry Meds' personalized compounded GLP-1 meds are shipped to your door. No insurance needed. Start taking back control today with treatments designed to reduce appetite and support your goals. To schedule a free online evaluation with a licensed healthcare provider, go to henrymeds.com/radio and get $100 off today. Results may vary. Not all patients are eligible. Compounded medications are not FDA approved. Consult a healthcare provider to determine if treatment is right for you.
This week on Celeb News, Hollywood's newest posse. It's DirecTV's Genre Packs. Curated collections of your favorite channels and streaming apps together. Check out The Bad Boy, My Sports, The Heartthrob, Mi Espanol, and The Hot One, My Entertainment, with Disney Plus, Hulu, and HBO Max included. Starting at just $29.99 a month for the first 2 months. It's DirecTV like you've never seen it. New residential customers. Auto renews monthly. Price higher in third month. Cancel anytime. Apps vary by pack. Prices may vary for third parties. Credit card and restrictions apply. 18 plus. See details at directtv.com/genrepacks.
But I don't want to get a flu shot.
You don't want to get the flu again. It's just a teensy little poke.
Hi guys, I know you don't like needles, so I brought Fuzzy.
What is that?
It's a device that uses vibration and ice to help take the sting out of shots.
See, hun, that wasn't so bad.
Wait, you did it already?
Yep, Fuzzy helps. And Kinney is the only pharmacy that has him.
I'm going to tell everyone I know.
Great. They can schedule online at kinneydrugs.com.
I've been representing workers' compensation claimants for nearly 20 years. One case that stands out in my mind is that of a roofer who fell off a severely pitched roof and was left permanently paralyzed from the chest down. So we took the case and went to work. Photo evidence proved that there was no safety equipment being used on site, and we obtained the maximum award for that young man. Stanley Law, the maximum award people.
Past performance does not guarantee future outcomes. StanleyLawoffices.com, 1-800-608-3333 in Syracuse and across New York and Pennsylvania.
Do something. Are you worried about your money? You should be. The national debt is over $37 trillion and climbing, and Washington is adding another trillion every 100 days. Prices through the roof, rising costs, the dollar losing value, and now even U.S. Treasuries aren't the safe haven they used to be. And here's the question. What does that mean for you? For your savings, your 401k, your IRA, other pension plans? There's something you can do about this. That's why I want you to call my friends at
Meet Gabriella. National University supports all her ANDs. With personalized attention, she can be a student and a role model. National University, supporting all your ANDs. Learn more at nu.edu.
Hi, I'm Dorina, co-founder of OpenPhone. My dad is a business owner, and growing up, I'll never forget his old ringtone. He made it as loud as it could go because he could not afford to miss a single customer call. That stuck with me. When we started OpenPhone, our mission was to help businesses not just stay in touch, but make every customer feel valued, no matter when they might call. OpenPhone gives your team business phone numbers to call and text customers, all through an app on your phone or computer. Your calls, messages, and contacts live in one workspace, so your team can stay fully aligned and reply faster. And with our AI agent answering 24/7, you'll really never miss a customer. Over 60,000 businesses use OpenPhone. Try it now and get 20% off your first 6 months at openphone.com/drive. And we can port your existing numbers over for free. OpenPhone. No missed calls, no missed customers.
Your next $1,000 could be one text away. It's 5K a day on WMAL.
We'll spend a little time tomorrow discussing quote-unquote a government shutdown. I see these headlines. They're going to run out of money. Can I ask you folks a question? When the government shuts down, do you stop paying your taxes, Mr. Producer? So why are they running out of money? We're going to get into that. I'm sick of these lies. There's another lie out there being perpetrated. Netanyahu did not apologize to the head inbred of Qatar. He said he deeply regretted that they killed a Qatari citizen. That was not who they were aiming at. And that sort of thing. He did not, and yet they keep saying that. And this is the way it works. And by the way, there was a full-on smear campaign at Axios and Mediaite against Netanyahu today. And not just there, elsewhere. And the one in Mediaite even brought up Tucker Carlson and was slamming Netanyahu, who was obsessing, they said, with Tucker Carlson. Now, ladies and gentlemen, these people are cowards, these leakers, because they're doing this anonymously. And yet, these people who are trying to cover for them at Axios, a guy by the name of Ravid, who is a left-wing Israeli, who apparently hates his own country, but definitely has Netanyahu syndrome. And over at Mediaite, where they're constantly promoting Qatarson, except for this guy, Isaac Shore, who's really getting better, in my view. I really had no quarter for him, but I feel like he's doing a lot better. That said, and quite accurate, that said, they said, senior White House officials. Now, I know that President Trump is the one doing the leaking. And I know his immediate staff doesn't leak. So who at the White House is leaking, trashing, smearing Benjamin Netanyahu and Israel, saying that everybody here has had enough of him and so forth and so on? Who's doing that? Now, there can be some people outside the White House, but they said White House senior staffers. Where would that be coming from, Mr. Producer? You have any idea? Well, who platformed Tucker Carlson? And they were given an opportunity to do the broadcast, the first broadcast after the horrendous murder of Charlie Kirk. I believe that was JD. There's a very close relationship between those two guys. Very. And despite all the despicable, bigoted, Jew-hating things that Tucker says over and over again, why would you platform him? I think that's a fair question. And he's free to come on this program and discuss this at great length with me. I'd love to do it. Shouldn't he denounce it, or at least not platform it? So I think some of it's coming out of that world, that environment. I don't know that it's the VP himself, but it's coming, I think, from that element. Well, who else would it be coming from? Where else? Who else is a senior White House officials? So I pose that. I can't prove it, but circumstantial information is good enough for me. I'm more than happy to explore it with him and others. And I won't get into it more than that, other than it was a disgusting libel campaign. When you're trying to convince an ally to accept a deal that's important to the ally and the president of the United States, you are undermining the president, you're undermining our country, you're undermining our ally with your leaks, which is why they go anonymous, which is why they're gutless wonders. Now, if people deny it, the reporters and the news outlet are going to know whether that denial is a lie or not. Maybe they'll write a book about it one day. You know, they're grifters. That's how they like to present things. But that's my question. Where are these leaks coming from? Senior White House officials. It's not Trump. It's not his immediate staff. So who is it? Who is it? When I met with the President of the United States, when was it? June, I guess? And I'm not going to get into what we discussed. He invited me. Who leaked that I had a meeting with him, and who leaked some of the substance of the meeting? It could only be one of a few people. It could only be one of a few people or their staff. It is very evil. It is very diabolical, and it does undermine the president. The president needs to be able to speak in confidence. The president's people need to be able to conduct foreign policy. The president needs to be able to rely on people who are close to him, and the president needs to be able to talk to an ally like Netanyahu or Israel, and they're free to have differences of opinion without being smeared in left-wing media. They go to the left-wing. I notice they don't go to the conservative media. And no, I don't count the bigots and Jew haters and Israel haters as conservative media. That's not conservatism. So what's going on? The media know. It's like all the leaks against Trump with the Obama team. Now we have all the leaks that are taking place here, undermining the President of the United States. I'll be right back. Folks, some of America's most cherished values are being challenged. Values like faith, family, and freedom that have guided this nation for generations. That's why I proudly support AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens. AMAC is the conservative alternative, offering not only a strong voice for traditional values, but real benefits and discounts that make a difference in your everyday life. And as a member, you'll receive exclusive discounts and benefits on travel, insurance, prescription services, and so much more, along with helpful tools and resources designed to keep you ahead of the curve. And one of the best parts, you'll get the AMAC magazine packed with insightful content and updates that matter to you. Right now, when you choose a 5-year membership, you'll receive up to 33% off, just over $1 a month. So go to amac.us/Levin, amac.us/Levin. Join right now. Stand with AMAC. .us/Levin and help keep America strong.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 6:30. I'm Heather Curtis. New this hour, the Palestinian government in the occupied West Bank welcomes President Trump's proposal to end the war with Hamas, release the hostages immediately, and create a peaceful civil administration in Gaza. He and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu agreed to the plan during a White House meeting today. If Hamas rejects it,
then Israel will finish the job by itself.
Hamas says it's reviewing the proposal in good faith. With less than 30 hours to go before a government shutdown, the blame game continues. After a meeting between President Trump and congressional leaders from both parties, Senate Majority Leader John Thune says they're willing to work with Democrats on issues, including extending Obamacare tax credits. But at this point,
this is a hijacking of the American people.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says Democrats told the president their proposals.
Republican leaders will have to talk to them about them, but ultimately he's the decision maker.
Traffic and weather next.
And off.
Here's Michelle Murray in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
Slow going traffic right now on westbound 66 between the Beltway and 123 and between the Fairfax County Parkway and Business 234. There is crash activity in Fairfax on the westbound lanes of Braddock Road. At Shirley Gate Road, that is a left lane blocked and traffic is jammed from 123. And still the crash in Manassas on Bristow Road between Independent Hill Drive and Kaiser Road, right near Patriot Ridge Place, so use caution there. And in the district, there is a crash on I Street at 6th Street in Northwest and on Nebraska Avenue, north of Massachusetts Avenue in Northwest. Now from GarageRepair.com, the WMAL Stormwatch 7 forecast.
Tonight, cloudy with a late night shower, lows around 67, right now 75 in Washington. I'm Heather Curtis on WMA.
Running a business? You know that slow phone systems, missed messages, and communication silos can cost you opportunities. But OpenPhone keeps you connected when it matters most. Because a flexible and intuitive phone system isn't just nice to have, it's essential to succeed. OpenPhone is the #1 business phone system that streamlines communication and helps teams collaborate seamlessly so they can stay efficient and responsive. With OpenPhone, your team can share one number collaborating on calls and texts like a shared inbox. And you can say goodbye to voicemail. OpenPhone's AI agent can handle calls, answer customer questions, and capture leads 24/7. So whether you're a one-person operation drowning in calls and texts, or have a large team that needs better collaboration tools, OpenPhone is a no-brainer. Join over 60,000 businesses already using OpenPhone. Get 20% off your first 6 months at openphone.com/drive. They'll even port your existing numbers for free. That's openphone.com/drive for 20% off. OpenPhone, no missed calls, no missed customers.
This week on Celeb News, the Hollywood glow-up you never saw coming. It's DirecTV. They're shaking things up with flexible options that fit any kind of taste and budget. They only look like $1 million, baby. They got packs with live TV and streaming for one sexy low price. Slay! Wait, DirecTV is receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award. It's DirecTV like you've never seen it. Visit directtv.com today. New residential customers. Auto renews monthly. Cancel anytime. Credit card and restrictions apply. WMAL.
Mark Levin, the champion of liberty and true conservatism. Call Mark now. 877-381-3811.
Yellow. All right, let's go through this. Come on, folks. This is interesting. This is history. It's history. Number one, Gaza will be a de-radicalized, terror-free zone that does not pose a threat to its neighbors. Now, that's a big deal. It's not going to be easy, is it? It's a big marker. Number two, Gaza will be redeveloped for the benefit of the people of Gaza who have suffered more than enough. Okay. Number three, if both sides agree to this proposal, meaning Hamas and Israel's already agreed to it, the war will immediately end. Israeli forces will withdraw to the agreed upon line to prepare for a hostage release. During this time, all military operations, including aerial and artillery bombardment, will be suspended, and battle lines will remain frozen until conditions are met for the complete staged withdrawal. Number four, within 72 hours of Israel publicly accepting this agreement, all hostages, alive and deceased, will be returned. Number five, once all hostages are released, Israel will release 250 life sentence prisoners plus 1,700 Gazans who were detained after October 7, 2023, including all women and children detained in that context. For every Israeli hostage who remains are released, Israel will release the remains of 15 deceased Gazans. Look, I'm not happy with those numbers either, but this is what Israel has done for like 30 years because they love life. They want their citizens back. And in Jewish life, you want the body and the remains back so you can give it a proper burial. It's very, very important. Number six, once all hostages are returned, Hamas members who commit to peaceful coexistence and to decommission their weapons will be given amnesty. Members of Hamas who wish to leave Gaza will be provided safe passage to receiving countries. Number seven, upon acceptance of this agreement, full aid will be immediately sent into the Gaza Strip. At a minimum, aid quantities will be consistent with what was included in the January 19, 2025 agreement regarding humanitarian aid. I'm not familiar with that, including rehabilitation of infrastructure, water, electricity, sewage, rehabilitation of hospitals and bakeries, entry of necessary equipment to remove rubble and open roads. That'll cost a fortune. Israel's not on the line for that. Number eight, gotta listen to the whole thing. Entry of distribution and aid in the Gaza Strip will proceed without interference from the two parties through the United Nations and its agencies and the Red Crescent, in addition to other international institutions not associated in any matter with either party. Opening the Rafah crossing in both directions will be subject to the same mechanism implemented under the January 19, 2025 agreement. Number nine, stick with me. Gaza will be governed under the temporary transitional governance of a technocratic, apolitical Palestinian committee. And that committee cannot be made up of any of the Palestinian Authority, Hamas, or anything else. But this is just a tiny little nothing. To be perfectly honest, as I read this, responsible for delivering the day-to-day running of public services and municipalities for the people in Gaza. This committee will be made up of qualified Palestinians and international experts with oversight and supervision by a new international transitional body. So it's going to be overseen by a larger body that the president calls the Board of Peace, and he's going to be the chairman of the board that oversees all of it. That's a big undertaking, with other members and heads of state to be announced, including former Prime Minister Tony Blair. So you have Trump, Blair, others who will oversee this group of experts and so forth to rebuild the Gaza. This body will set the framework and handle the funding of the redevelopment of Gaza till such time as the Palestinian Authority has completed its reform program. See, this is, let me tell you, there's a lot of words here. The Palestinian Authority has already agreed to this because they say, yes, we're going to reform ourselves. No, they're not. I'm just telling you. They defeated the reform program, we'll get to that in a minute, as outlined in various proposals, including President Trump's peace plan in 2020 and the Saudi-French proposal on securely and effectively take back control of Gaza. This body will call on best international standards to create modern and efficient governance that serves the people of Gaza and is conducive to attracting investment. See, I don't believe the Palestinian Authority is capable of reforming itself. I don't believe that's going to happen. Number 10. I don't know. Can we take an ultra early break, Mr. Producer? Is that possible? Let's do it right now. We'll be right back.
Mark Levin. If you are 50 or older, it is recommended that you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can disrupt your life for weeks. If you're an adult 19 to 49 with certain underlying medical conditions like asthma, diabetes, chronic heart disease, or COPD, vaccination is also recommended. Talk to your doctor about vaccination today and learn more at lung.org/protect yourself. Furnished by the American Lung Association in collaboration with Pfizer.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-785-9132. That's 800-785-9132. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-785-9132.
Slow going traffic right now on westbound 66 between the Beltway and 123 and between the Fairfax County Parkway and Business 234. There is crash activity in Fairfax on the westbound lanes of Braddock Road. At Shirley Gate Road, that is a left lane blocked and traffic is jammed from 123. And still the crash in Manassas on Bristol Road between Independent Hill Drive and Kaiser Road, right near Patriot Ridge Place, so use caution there. And in the district, there is a crash on I Street at 6th Street in Northwest and on Nebraska Avenue, north of Massachusetts Avenue in Northwest. Now from GarageRepair.com, hit up the else from what's in forecast.
News Talk 105. WMAL, making sense of world events, because those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free. Your phone has a lot of apps, but how many of them help you make sense of your world? The new WMAL app gives you the latest headlines, perspective from the voices you trust, and weather info to keep you in the know, all without having to remember yet another password.
Yeah, I'm all right with that.
Stream your favorite shows, get the day's top headlines, and access our podcast archives, all with the new WMAL app.
Thank you.
Get the WMAL app today on Google Play or the Apple App Store, and stay connected.
The anniversary of Israel's October 7th, 2023 terrorist attack is upon us. On this date, the world will come together to honor the 1,200 souls murdered and remember those still held in captivity. What happened 2 years ago also unleashed attacks on Jewish people everywhere. These anti-Semitic threats and deadly acts of violence are immense. That's why the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews created Flags of Fellowship. Now, a growing movement, Flags of Fellowship, is a bold way to stand up for what you believe, a way to tangibly support the people of Israel and Jews everywhere simply by planting an Israeli flag. You can join this historic movement by giving just $25 to help plant flags. Support the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews and their work of saving and rebuilding lives in Israel and wherever God's people are in need. To give a tax-deductible gift, please call 844-866-IFCJ. That's 844-866-IFCJ. Or go online at levinforthefellowship.org.
An arrogant aristocrat rejects the affections of a young, bookish girl. After years apart, is there still a chance for love? The internationally acclaimed Stuttgart Ballet returns to the Kennedy Center with its bold and lavish production of Onegin. Witness the emotional portrayals, fervent duets, and passionate choreography that feed the flame in this dramatic tale of love, rejection, and regret. October 8th through 12th in the Opera House with live orchestra. Tickets at kennedy-center.org.
Hey, it's Larry for the Good Feet store. I have so much respect for teachers, nurses, doctors, first responders, service professionals who spend hours on their feet every day. Are you tired of buying work shoes that never feel quite right, or spending hundreds on work boots only to still deal with foot pain? Your feet deserve real support, comfort that lasts through every shift, every step, every day. The Good Feet store has helped many people relieve their foot pain, including me. A few years ago, I started training for a half marathon, but was stopped by severe foot pain. I couldn't even walk around the block. Then I went to the Good Feet store. I got a free fitting, did a test walk. They matched me with their arch support system, and it was a game changer. Within weeks, I was back on my feet and moving again, pain-free. So bring your own work shoes and boots because the Good Feet store system fits in your own shoes. The Good Feet store has locations across Greater DC, Baltimore, and Fredericksburg. Visit goodfeet.com to book your appointment today or just stop by the Good Feet store. You deserve comfort in your life.
Brought to you by your Lennox Premier dealer, H.D. Johnson Plumbing, Heating, AC. Lennox in the air means money in your pocket. Call H.D. Johnson Plumbing, Heating, AC today to learn more about our special savings opportunities on Lennox products by calling 202-244-6555 or visit us online at hdjohnson.com to learn more. License number 61088.
WMAL. I'm just being honest with you. If I thought this was horrendous, I would tell you it's horrendous. I thought the part about Judea and Samaria was horrendous, but they removed it. They removed it. A Trump economic development plan to rebuild and energize Gaza will be created by convening a panel of experts who have helped birth some of the thriving modern miracle cities in the Middle East. So they're looking at certain financial experts and banking experts. Many thoughtful investment proposals and exciting, okay, who cares? Number 11. A special economic zone will be established with preferred tariff. All right, who cares? Number 12. No one will be forced to leave Gaza, and those who wish to leave will be free to do so and free to return. We will encourage people to stay and offer them the opportunity to build a better Gaza. Yeah, as long as they're not building, like a subway system, Mr. Producer. Because we know that's not a subway system. Now, in order for this to work, understand, ladies and gentlemen, all the textbooks are going to have to be changed. All the propaganda is going to have to be changed, all that stuff. I don't know if that's going to be accomplished or not. I have no idea. 13, Hamas and other factions agree not to have any role in the governance of Gaza, directly or indirectly in any form. They might say, well, they might cheat. Well, then all bets are off. That's the point. All military, terror, and offensive infrastructure, including tunnels and weapon production facilities, will be destroyed and not rebuilt. There will be a process of demilitarization of Gaza under the supervision of independent monitors, which will include placing weapons permanently beyond use through an agreed process of decommissioning and supported by an internationally funded buyback and integration program, all verified by independent monitors. New Gaza will be fully committed to building a prosperous economy and a peaceful coexistence with their neighbors. Number 14. A guarantee will be provided by regional partners to ensure that Hamas and the factions comply with their obligations and the New Gaza poses no threat to its neighbors or its people. So there the Arab states have a responsibility. What happens if they break it? That's my point. There are so many triggers in here. The vast majority of this requires the Arab countries, the Palestinian Authority, to comply with God knows how many requirements here. Don't you get that out of what I'm reading to you, Mr. Producer? They've got their work cut out for them. Now, if somebody says, well, they'll never do it, okay, then nothing lost. Right? I think what the president has done here is he said, this is your final chance. This is it. And you're not going to get everything you want. No, you're not going to get Judea and Samaria. Not out of this. No, you're not. You're not going to get a Palestinian state. He doesn't put it that way, but I know how to read flim-flam, and that one paragraph is utter flim-flam. The United States will work with Arab and international partners to develop a temporary international stabilization force to immediately deploy in Gaza. The ISF will train and provide support to vetted Palestinian police forces in Gaza, and will consult with Jordan and Egypt, who have extensive experience in this field. Do you know what that means, Mr. Producer? Again, people don't understand what that means. The Jordanians and the Egyptians, their police forces are brutal. Brutal. It's not like the police in the West. There's no due process. There's none of that. The ISF will work with Israel and Egypt to help secure border areas along with newly trained Palestinian police forces. It is critical to prevent munitions from entering Gaza and to facilitate the rapid and secure flow of goods to rebuild and revitalize Gaza. A deconfliction mechanism will be agreed upon by the parties. Now, I haven't kept count. There must be at least 25 of these things in here so far. Israel will not occupy or annex Gaza. I don't think that was ever Israel's intention, as a matter of fact. As the ISF establishes control and stability, the Israel Defense Forces will withdraw based on standards, milestones, time frames linked to demilitarization that will be agreed upon between the IDF, the ISF, the guarantors, and the United States, with the objective of a secure Gaza that no longer poses a threat to Israel, Egypt, or its citizens. A lot of puzzle pieces, wouldn't you say, Rich? Practically, the IDF will progressively hand over the Gaza territory it occupies to the ISF according to an agreement they will make with the transitional authority until they are withdrawn completely from Gaza, save for security perimeter presence that will remain until Gaza is properly secured from any resurgent terror threat. So the Israelis are going to have basically demilitarized zone, a military area, and they're never going to leave it, nor should they. 17, in the event Hamas delays or rejects this proposal, the above, including the scaled-up aid operation, will proceed in the terror-free areas handed over from the IDF to the ISF. 18, an interfaith dialogue process will be established based on the values of tolerance and peaceful coexistence to try and change mindsets and narratives of Palestinians and Israelis by emphasizing the benefits that can be derived from peace. That paragraph sounds like it was written by a hippie. No, Mr. Producer? Now, while Gaza redevelopment advances and when the PA reform program is faithfully carried out, the conditions may finally be in place for a credible pathway. All right, listen to this. Ready? While Gaza redevelopment advances and when the Palestinian Authority reform program is faithfully carried out, the conditions may finally be in place for a credible pathway to Palestinian self-determination and statehood, which we recognize as the aspiration of the Palestinian people. While Gaza redevelopment advances, and when the PA reform program is faithfully carried out. So what does that mean? Nobody knows. The conditions may finally be in place for a credible pathway. They may finally be in place. I read this as gibberish. I read this as gibberish. The United States will establish a dialogue between Israel and the Palestinians to agree on a political horizon for peaceful and prosperous coexistence. Now, if I'm the Israelis, do you know what I do there? I start by saying, okay, you need to recognize us, recognize our country and our boundaries. That's what I would do. Okay, now we'll have a dialogue. And that's it. And now we'll have a dialogue. So I just feel a lot of this is fuzzy. A lot of this is requiring incredible obligations for Palestinians and Arabs, to be perfectly honest with you. It gets the hostages back. It's technically anyway, theoretically, demilitarizes Gaza. And it forces the Arab states to help enforce the demilitarization and the security zones that are there in part for Israel. So I think it's different than Oslo and some of these other things here. There are obligations that are being placed, significant obligations that are being placed on the Arabs and the Palestinians. Will this work? I don't have the foggiest idea. I suspect it could be a problem. It's called terrorists. Don't you, Mr. Producer? I suspect there could be a problem. But this is an opportunity. They can decide or not. And we shall see. All right, Rich, let me see what I can do here. All right, I want to tell you about American Finance and your credit cards. For some people, they're the greatest expense they have. Interest rates, they just keep gobbling up your paycheck. You know, it doesn't have to be this way. If the debt is piling up, you're not alone. Now, you might have considered reaching out to my friends at American Financing, but hesitated because you don't want to give up your low mortgage rate. Well, here's the good news. Listen to this. Is very, very brilliant on their part. They've created the Smart Equity Loan, a solution designed to help you take control of your finances without touching your current mortgage, okay? Now, here's the thing. Unlike a HELOC, H-E-L-O-C, which can have varied interest rates, the Smart Equity Loan offers you a fixed rate. That's number one. So that means one predictable monthly payment. Number two, the loan allows you to leverage the equity in your home to pay off high interest debt, like on your credit cards, free up your cash flow, and keep your existing low mortgage rate intact if that's what you want to do. It only takes 10 minutes to get started with no upfront or hidden fees. Call American Financing today. Here's the number, 888-900-1828. Hello, 888-900-1828, 888-900-1828, or visit AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org. APR for rates in the 5 start at 6.327% for well-qualified borrowers. Call 888-900-1828 for details about credit costs and terms.
All right, folks. There we have it. There we have it. And, you know, the Middle East has been completely changed. Apart from all this, apart from this plan, the Middle East has already been completely changed. Lebanon, Iran, yes, Gaza, completely changed as a result of Benjamin Netanyahu, which is why he's hated by the Netanyahu crowd, the isolationist bigots, some of whom apparently are senior officials at the White House, excluding Donald Trump and his people. But he's hated because he's a great leader. We'll be right back.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. True Vitality Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? True Vitality Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
True Vitality Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 703-637-1222. 703-637-1222 to restore your sex life in just one visit. Call now. 703-637-1222.
Women face unique challenges in retirement planning. Claire Hare is Senior Vice President of Hackman Wealth Partners. Claire, what are some of the biggest financial challenges women face?
So the top three that I would identify are: one, knowing how to re-enter the workforce after a break; two, catching up on retirement savings. Definitely need to know which investments to choose. Three, understand that women live longer than men on average and they need to save more money. Our team specializes in guiding women through life's transitions with personalized strategies that grow with you.
For a comprehensive review, no cost, no obligation, next 703-997-5500. 703-997-5500. Call now, 703-997-5500.
Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Capital Management LLC, a registered investment advisor. Discussion of safe and secure products and guaranteed income plans refer only to fixed insurance products that are subject to the claims paying ability of the insurance company.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station.
Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 7. I'm Heather Curtis. The Department of Education's initiating enforcement action against Fairfax County Public Schools over allegations that a Centerville High School social worker scheduled and paid for a 17-year-old student's abortion without parental consent. The DOE has given the school district until October 17th to provide information meant to ascertain whether these practices continue today, including any records related to the alleged incidents. Fairfax Schools says in a statement to WMAL they welcome the opportunity to answer the DOE's questions based on its own review of the allegations. It also reiterates that such conduct would be completely unacceptable. Congressional leaders aren't sounding optimistic after they met at the White House with President Trump in an effort to avoid a government shutdown tomorrow. Senate Majority Leader John Thune.
It's purely a hostage-taking exercise on the part of the Democrats. We're willing to sit down and work with them on some of the issues they want to talk about, whether it's the extension of premium tax credits with reforms.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says they've pitched proposals to the president that he'll need to talk to Republicans about.
If he will accept some of the things we asked, which we think the American people are for, on health care and on rescissions, he can avoid a shutdown. But there are still large differences between us.
And that leaves federal workers once again facing uncertainty.
They could face a reduction in force, a gap in pay. Some essential workers may be asked to continue working without being paid for a period of time.
Financial advisor Winter Troxel, host of About Federal Benefits here on WMAL.
And I think it makes some federal employees wonder if they want to stay in federal employment. You know, if you're near retirement, maybe you're just like, you know what? I've had enough. I can't deal with it anymore.
Barbara Britt, WMAL and WMAL.com.
The Metropolitan Washington Council of Government says the DMV faces an even greater upheaval and stress with the threat of more mass firings on top of tens of thousands of federal workers in our area who already lost their jobs due to DOGE cuts. OPM sent another letter to agency heads saying mass firings are allowed during shutdowns. Many cried foul last week when OMB told agencies to plan for mass firings if there is a shutdown, saying that wasn't legal. A 23-year-old man is charged with assaulting federal law enforcement after he allegedly hit 2 NSA police vehicles, injuring an officer while trying to avoid being stopped on the NSA's campus. Prosecutors say police chased Amir Wilson after he went through a security checkpoint at the NSA's Fort Meade campus last week without showing the required credentials. Police say after Wilson hit the cruisers, he crashed into a retaining wall and was arrested. He's due in court on Wednesday. 2 former police officers from Prince George's County are going to federal prison after a series of elaborate fraud schemes.
A federal jury found the officers, one with the county police force, the other with the town of Fairmount Heights, guilty on a number of wire and bank fraud charges, along with arson. Together, they torched a pickup truck and collected the insurance money for it, then altered phone records to cover up the scam. They also took money from ATMs and reported someone else had stolen their debit cards and taken the cash. And they filed fake police reports and falsified other records to further cover their crimes. Each face a total of up to 70 years for their crimes when they're sentenced in February. John Matthews on WMAL and WMAL.com.
Governor Wes Moore says the state will be closing the Maryland Correctional Institution at Jessup by next June to spare the taxpayers from putting the bill for $200 million in improvements to the aging facility, including replacing the plumbing. Up next, traffic and weather.
Running a business? You know that slow phone systems, missed messages, and communication silos can cost you opportunities. But OpenPhone keeps you connected when it matters most. Because a flexible and intuitive phone system isn't just nice to have, it's essential to succeed. OpenPhone is the #1 business phone system that streamlines communication and helps teams collaborate seamlessly so they can stay efficient and responsive. With OpenPhone, your team can share one number collaborating on calls and texts like a shared inbox. And you can say goodbye to voicemail. OpenPhone's AI agent can handle calls, answer customer questions, and capture leads 24/7. So whether you're a one-person operation drowning in calls and texts, or have a large team that needs better collaboration tools, OpenPhone is a no-brainer. Join over 60,000 businesses already using OpenPhone. Get 20% off your first 6 months at openphone.com/drive. They'll even port your existing numbers for free. That's openphone.com/drive for 20% off. OpenPhone. No missed calls, no missed customers.
Ever felt defeated by cravings? You're not alone. Henry Meds is here to help support your weight management journey. Henry Meds' personalized compounded GLP-1 meds are shipped to your door. No insurance needed. Start taking back control today with treatments designed to reduce appetite and support your goals. To schedule a free online evaluation with a licensed healthcare provider, go to henrymeds.com/radio and get $100 off today. Results may vary. Not all patients are eligible. Compounded medications are not FDA approved. Consult a healthcare provider to determine if treatment is right for you.
Here's Michelle Murray in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
In Montgomery County, there is an accident northbound on New Hampshire Avenue after Adelphi Road at Oakview Drive. And in Largo, there is crash activity on Medical Center Drive at Lotchford Road. In addition, you will still find accident activity in the district on I Street at 6th Street in Northwest. Earlier crash in Fairfax on westbound Braddock Road at Shirley Gate Road cleared, and the delays have eased. Still some slow traffic on 95 southbound, mainly from Newington in towards Woodbridge, and some slowing westbound on 66 through the Centerville area. Beltway, just some delays on the inner loop headed from the toll road to the Clara Barton Parkway, and some delays on the outer loop through the Greenbelt area. Now from GarageRepair.com, the WMAL Stormwatch 7 forecast.
Cloudy skies with a chance for a few stray showers moving through the evening. Temperatures in the 60s. We're in the upper 50s to middle 60s overnight. Tomorrow, cloudy and isolated shower or two, especially south of D.C., 75 to 80 degrees. I'm 7 News meteorologist Steve Rudin, the First Alert Weather Center.
Right now, 74 degrees in Washington. I'm Heather Curtis on WMAL.
Now, on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app, Mark Levin.
In the bowels of a hidden bunker, somewhere under the brick and steel of a nondescript building, we've once again made contact with our leader, Mark Levin.
Hello, America. Mark Levin here. How you be out there? You know, our great former ambassador to Israel, he points out this section in the deal dealing with the Palestinian Authority reforming itself. He wrote those conditions in the 2020 plan. And, you know, he points out that if the Palestinian Authority met those conditions, it would cease to be the Palestinian Authority, which is my point, is it not, Mr. Producer? If the Palestinian Authority does what it's required to do, it will no longer be the Palestinian Authority. So as I say, there's some things in here, you know, there's words. And, you know, you just got to take that under consideration. The things I was most concerned about, look, there's a lot I'm concerned about. We'll see how this develops over time. I'm sure the president feels exactly the same way. I'm sure the prime minister feels exactly the same way. This is a framework. And, will be on pressure for Hamas to accept. But it also, here's the thing. As you know, I'm no fan of Qatar, not in the least. But Qatar, basically, Hamas is the protectorate. Qatar is the protectorate for Hamas. It's a protectorate. So what does that mean? Well, they have to take some responsibility for it. If they can't get them under control, then nobody can get them under control. That's what that means. That's what that means. Let's listen to a little bit of this. President Trump and Netanyahu at a news conference today. Count one, Mr. Producer, go.
If accepted by Hamas, this proposal calls for the release of all remaining hostages immediately, but in no case more than 72 hours. So the hostages are coming back, and I hate even saying this from the standpoint, doesn't sound right, but it is so important to the parents. The bodies of the young men, I believe in almost all cases, the young men are coming back.
It's very important in the Jewish faith, as I said in the first hour, that bodies be treated properly when they're put to rest. and when the soul goes to heaven to meet God. It's very, very important. Obviously not to Hamas, but it is to people who care about life. Go ahead.
The parents felt as strongly about getting the body of their dead boy back as they did as though the boy were alive and well. It's so important to them. And it means the immediate end to the war itself, not just Gaza. It's the war itself. Under the plan, Arab and Muslim countries have committed, and in writing in many cases, but I actually would take their word for it. The people I mentioned, I'd take their word for it. To demilitarize Gaza. And that's
now see this? So the Arabs have to demilitarize Gaza. That's part of the obligation. Arab and Muslim countries have to demilitarize Gaza. That seems to me to be a very positive requirement. No, Mr. Producer? Now let's see if they do. Go ahead.
Decommission the military capabilities of Hamas and all other terror organizations. Do that immediately. And we're relying on the countries that I named and others to deal with Hamas. And I'm hearing that Hamas wants to get this done too, and that's a good thing.
Cut 2, go.
Israel would have my full backing to finish the job of destroying the threat of Hamas.
Now, what he's saying there is if Hamas doesn't agree to the deal and comply, Israel can go in and destroy them with the full backing of the United States. Go ahead.
We're going to have a deal for peace.
He wants that.
And if Hamas rejects the deal, which is always possible, they're the only one left. Everyone else has accepted it. But I have a feeling that we're going to have a positive answer. But if not, as you know, Bibi, you'd have our full backing to do what you would have to do.
Mm-hmm. Cut 3, go.
Time ago, we had a historic phone call in the Oval Office with Prime Minister Tani, who's really a great person. So we had a great talk, and I was on the phone, and Bibi was talking. Prime Minister Al Thani was of Qatar. They really had a heart-to-heart conversation. It was a great conversation, I thought. It was productive. It was everything that you need to have something turn out to be successful. And I want to thank Bibi, and I want to thank the Prime Minister. It was fantastic. We agreed to launch a formal trilateral mechanism between Israel, Qatar, and the United States to begin a dialogue to enhance mutual security, correct misperceptions, and avoid future misgivings. And I want to thank Qatar, its leadership, and the Emir.
Well, I wish the Emir would just stop pouring billions of dollars into our colleges and universities. You know what I mean, Mr. Producer? I just wish the Emir would do that. Maybe we can talk offline with the Emir, our government. It's time to cut it out. Go ahead.
You know, I'm going to be his public relations man because I know him differently than a lot of people know him. But he wants peace. He wants to see peace.
Good. Then it should be very easy for him to stop pouring billions of dollars to poison our children in this country and to push Islamism. I'm just saying. He's one of the main funders of these groups in this country. All right, let's go to, where are we, Mr. Producer? Cut 4, I guess. Go ahead.
To ensure the success of this effort, my plan calls for the creation of a new international oversight body, the Board of Peace, we call it, the Board of Peace, sort of a beautiful name, the Board of Peace, which will be headed, not at my request, believe me, I'm very busy, but we have to make sure this works. The leaders of the Arab world and Israel and everybody involved asked me to do this, so it'll be headed by a gentleman known as President Donald J. Trump of the United States. That's what I want, just some extra work to do, but it's so important that I'm willing to do it, and we'll do it right, and we're going to put leaders from other countries on and leaders that are very distinguished leaders. and we'll have a board. And one of the people that wants to be on the board is the UK former Prime Minister, Tony Blair. Good man, very good man, and some others. And they'll be named over the next few days. And it'll be quite the board. Working, everybody wants to be on it now.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't. What a pain in the ass that's going to be. I'm just saying. Cut 5, go.
But I've never asked Israel to compromise its security. But we had big, strong talk. Nobody's been better to Israel. No president's been better to Israel than Donald Trump.
That's true. 100%.
But we had a long, strong talk, Bibi and I, and he understands it's time. It's time. History has shown. And the people of Israel want it. And the people of the Middle East want it. The people of enemies of Israel want it, but they don't have really too many enemies right now. And you know what? Many countries have gained great respect for Israel, for the way they fight, the job they do, including me. I had respect anyway, but they gained respect.
Mm-hmm. Amen. Now, Benjamin Netanyahu, cut 6, go.
I support your plan to end the war in Gaza, which achieves our war aims. It will bring back to Israel all our hostages, dismantle Hamas's military capabilities, end its political rule, and ensure that Gaza never again poses a threat to Israel. We would not have achieved this turning point without the courage and sacrifice of our incredibly brave soldiers. They fight like lions to defend the people of Israel, and they serve on the front line in the war between civilization and barbarism.
Mm-hmm. By the way, I want to read to you what the Prime Minister Netanyahu actually said in his call with the Prime Minister of Qatar, because it's being horribly misreported. But then again, what do you expect? Mr. Prime Minister, this is Netanyahu. I want you to know that Israel regrets that one of your citizens was killed in our strike. I want to assure you that Israel was targeting Hamas, not Qataris. I also want to assure you that Israel has no plan to violate your sovereignty again in the future, and I have made that commitment to the President. I know your leadership has grievances against Israel, and Israel has grievances against Qatar. From support for the Muslim Brotherhood to how Israel is portrayed on Al Jazeera, to support for anti-Israel sentiment on college campuses. I welcome the President's idea to establish a trilateral group to address both our countries' outstanding grievances. Now, that is a direct quote from the phone call. That sounds like a little bit different than just him groveling and apologizing. It doesn't, Mr. Bediz, because that's not what he did. I've tried to get this to my brothers and sisters at Fox. I've tried to put this out on Conservative Talk Radio. I've tried to put it out. And so hopefully people will have these facts, which have now been made available. And it's on the internet. I'm just circulating it. So that's the Prime Minister's statement on his call with the Prime Minister of Qatar. Not as it's been reporting. Oh, he apologized. All right, let's go on. Let's see here. Let's go to cut 7, Netanyahu with Trump. Go.
Now, under your leadership, we're taking the next step to win the war and expand the peace. Your plan is consistent with the 5 principles my government set for the end of the war and the day after Hamas. Everybody asks, what is your plan for the day after Hamas? Here's our plan. Passed it in the cabinet. All our hostages, both those who are alive and those who died, all of them will return home immediately. Hamas will be disarmed. Gaza will be demilitarized. Israel will retain security responsibility, including a security perimeter for the foreseeable future. And lastly, Gaza will have a peaceful civilian administration that is run neither by Hamas nor by the Palestinian Authority. If Hamas agrees to your plan, Mr. President, the first step will be a modest withdrawal followed by the release of all our hostages within 72 hours. The next step will be the establishment of an international body charged with fully disarming Hamas and demilitarizing Gaza.
See, I want you to hear from the president and the prime minister directly, rather than people who are trying to put words in their mouth, and rather than the neo-Nazi bigots that you'll find everywhere in podcasting and so forth, apparently some in the government, who just want you to hate the Israelis and Netanyahu. The fact is, Netanyahu and Trump are very close. They work very closely together. I know both men very, very well. And all this propaganda, this hate, I know exactly where it's coming from. We'll be right back.
Mark Levin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
Running a business? You know that slow phone systems, missed messages, and communication silos can cost you opportunities. But OpenPhone keeps you connected when it matters most. Because a flexible and intuitive phone system isn't just nice to have, it's essential to succeed. OpenPhone is the #1 business phone system that streamlines communication and helps teams collaborate seamlessly so they can stay efficient and responsive. With OpenPhone, your team can share one number collaborating on calls and texts like a shared inbox. And you can say goodbye to voicemail. OpenPhone's AI agent can handle calls, answer customer questions, and capture leads 24/7. So whether you're a one-person operation drowning in calls and texts, or have a large team that needs better collaboration tools, OpenPhone is a no-brainer. Join over 60,000 businesses already using OpenPhone. Get 20% off your first 6 months at openphone.com/drive. They'll even port your existing numbers for free. That's openphone.com/drive for 20% off. OpenPhone. No missed calls, no missed customers.
Success isn't guaranteed. It's earned through unwavering commitment. The only ones who make it to the top are those willing to go the extra mile. Get ahead with WSJ Plus, offering insights from the Wall Street Journal, Barron's, MarketWatch, and Investors Business Daily. Because fortune favors the ambitious.
This week on Sports News, football's newest star ain't no rookie, it's DirecTV. They make it easy to find your pro and college teams across live TV and streaming apps so you never miss a moment. And with access to your game stats and scores in one place, it's good. It's DirecTV like you've never seen it. Visit DirecTV.com today. Internet-connected Gemini device and separate subscriptions required. New residential customers auto-renews monthly. Cancel anytime. Equipment lease required. Unreturned device fees apply. Credit card and restrictions apply.
The questions start early.
How do I know when he's full?
Do babies hold grudges?
That's why we make one formula that feels right away. Backed by breast milk science. And built for babies' brains, bellies, and beyond. Learn more at byheart.com.
From unsolved mysteries to unexplained phenomena. From comedy gold to relationship fails. Amazon Music's got the most ad-free top podcasts, included with Prime. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Hey, want to hear something great? Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of the #1 selling bacon cheeseburger in all fast food, the JBC, plus medium fries and a medium soft drink for just $8. Want to hear something else great? Double the burger means double the bacon. Now that's a game changer. 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers with fries and a drink for just $8. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Individual items at regular price.
Different. But if you feel different, you drive different. So don't drive high. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad
The
Council.
government is addicted to spending, and that reckless spending is driving up costs on everything for your family. It's not right, and it's not fair. But you don't have to be a victim. There are things you can do right now to lower your monthly expenses and mitigate the impact of inflation. Step 1, switch your cell phone service to Pure Talk. On America's most reliable 5G network, you don't have to sacrifice coverage to save a fortune every single month. Take a look at your cell phone bill. If you're with Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile, you're getting ripped off. I know how much you pay. Pure Talk will give you unlimited talk, text, and 6 gigs of data, just $30 a month. That's real money that can go to cover groceries or gas. And Pure Talk has never raised rates. Take action now. Dial pound 250 and say Mark Levin. You'll save 50% off your first month. Enjoy superior coverage and save money. Just dial pound 250 and say Mark Levin to switch to the cell service I'm on, Pure Talk.
Making sense of your world.
I don't know where to begin.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Thanks for taking my call.
Making sense of the news. Your next $1,000 could be one text away. It's 5K a day on WMAL.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, when the airlines screw up, they screw up. But I have to say, I had a flight today from Newark, New Jersey to Florida that was perfect. Perfect, Mr. Producer. From Newark Liberty Airport. Now, let me just say this. I don't know what, the FAA and who does what. If they're having problems, they need to fix them 100%. Don't get me wrong. I like that airport. It's a nice looking airport. It's a clean airport. It's a convenient airport in terms of once you get there. It's a pain in the ass to get there, but once you're there, it's well thought out. The placement of the gates, they got restaurants all over the place. There's plenty of place to sit. It's not like, I've been to airports that are just unimaginable. Like Dulles is crazy. I don't even understand. You take these underground trains they spend billions on to get to a location. Then you have to walk 17 miles in order to get to the gate. It's like, what the hell? What genius thought this up? Anyway, and there's others, to be perfectly honest, that are absolutely screwed up and mind-boggling. Atlanta, but you understand. But this airport, Newark, again, apart from the safety issues, and that's crucial, don't get me wrong, I'm just talking about as a passenger when you go in, is really a great airport. Everybody hates JFK for good reason. LaGuardia, it's okay, but it's still kind of a mess. Hey, I tell the truth. And I'm not going to even tell you my favorite airport because I don't want everybody to use it. Does that mean to be Mr. Producer? Not at all. Not at all. Okay, Netanyahu. This is very important that you hear what these men have to say. These are great men. These are historic, iconic men, Trump and Netanyahu. You know how honored I am to know both of them? To consider both of them friends? Absolutely honored. So I know the stuff that some of these people spew on them is just such libel. So dishonest. Cut 8, go.
Now, if this international body succeeds, we will have permanently ended the war. Israel will conduct further withdrawals linked to the extent of disarmament and demilitarization, but will remain in the security perimeter for the foreseeable future. I think we should understand that we're giving everybody a chance to have this done peacefully.
Now stop. Stop. This is what's key. What he's saying there is we're giving the Muslim countries, the Arab countries, the Palestinians, so-called, this is your opportunity to prove yourselves. And if you don't, we're going to take care of business. So they have obligations. They have a lot of obligations. They do. Go ahead.
Without any further bloodshed. But if Hamas rejects your plan, Mr. President, or if they supposedly accept it and then basically do everything to counter it, then Israel will finish the job by itself. This can be done the easy way, or it can be done the hard way, but it will be done. We prefer the easy way, but it has to be done.
This is why the neo-Nazi podcasters and bigots hate him. Because he's a leader. He's going to defend his people and defend his country. If you were a pushover or a quisling, they'd be slobbering all over him. We'll be right back.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why the big wireless companies want you on an unlimited plan? It's because they need you to help cover the cost of the 20-somethings who are using a lot of data every month. Fact is, according to the latest research studies, most people 50 and up, like me, only use 12 gigs or less each month. Don't get bamboozled by big wireless. At Consumer Cellular, pick what suits your needs, whether it's 1 gig, 5, 10, or unlimited. The point is, pay for exactly what you need and nothing more. We use the same towers as the big guys, but since we don't own and maintain them, we can pass the savings on to you. Our plans start at just $20 a month, and you'll get the best customer service in the business. I want to invite you to join the millions of people who choose something better than big wireless, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
In Maryland, on the outer loop of the Beltway, there is an accident. Both shoulders are blocked right at Annapolis Road exit. Virginia side of the Beltway, you're good to go, both on the inner loop and on the outer loop. 395 northbound in Arlington, jammed up between 110 and the Southwest Freeway. It's in D.C. 395 southbound in Arlington, stop and go between Washington Boulevard and Glebe Road. And 95 southbound in Lorton, that's slow from the Lorton exit to 123. And now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Storm Watch 7 forecast.
Tonight, cloudy with a passing shower, lows around 67. Tomorrow, cloudy with highs around 78.
This week on Celeb News, the Hollywood glow-up you never saw coming. It's DirecTV. They're shaking things up with flexible options that fit any kind of taste and budget. They only look like $1 million, baby. They got packs with live TV and streaming for one sexy low price. Slay! Wait, DirecTV is receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award. It's DirecTV like you've never seen it. Visit DirecTV.com today. New residential customers. Auto renews monthly. Cancel anytime. Credit card and restrictions apply.
You're a pro. You can make a 5-ton HVAC condenser purr like a sleeping kitten. Weeds cower at your mere presence. The only thing cleaner than your clients' homes is your reputation. So why is a pro like you still stuck in the endless cycle of paperwork, scheduling, spreadsheets, and chasing invoices? Automate your office and get back to what you love with Jobber, the all-in-one tool that fits your entire office in your back pocket. Start your free trial today at jobber.com.
You're a Cummins diesel owner. You know your truck is worth more than just any truck. It's the workhorse that keeps you going. That's why protecting your Cummins diesel is so important. Complete emissions recall 67A and get a free warranty extension worth thousands. Plus an exclusive Cummins gift. It's quick, it's easy, and it's protection that keeps your truck going for miles and miles. Visit CumminsRecall.com to schedule your appointment today. That's CumminsRecall.com.
Stronger workouts, sharper focus, better nights. If low energy, weight gain, or a drop in drive are holding you back, testosterone replacement therapy from Henry Meds may help you reclaim your edge. It's 100% online, private, and includes free labs with no hidden fees. Our men's health providers support your journey to reclaim strength, confidence, and performance. Visit henrymeds.com/go to learn more and get $50 off today. Not all patients are eligible. Results may vary. Consult a healthcare provider to determine if treatment is right for you.
When you choose Brevant seeds, you don't just win. You win so big, the very ground beneath your feet cries tears of joy. You win so big that second place feels like a participation trophy. You win so big, you might as well be harvesting buried treasure. Oh, sorry, just one more. When you choose Brevant seeds, you don't just win. You hit the damn jackpot. Don't just win. Win. Talk with your retailer or visit Brevant.com/winbig to get started.
A Better Life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
Parkinson's disease is a cruel neurodegenerative disorder that affects more than 1 million people here in the United States alone. Scientists still aren't sure what exactly causes Parkinson's, but they mostly agree it's a combination of genetics and environmental factors. Now, there was this new study carried out by researchers in China using data on people here in the United States, which found a significant amount of Parkinson's prevention may begin at the dinner table. That is this: people who consumed a lot of ultra-processed foods every day were more likely to be diagnosed with the disease. Years before the hallmark symptoms of tremors, stiff muscles, slow gait, changes in posture, you might notice earlier warning signs: pain, constipation, depression, changes in your ability to smell or even see colors. Pay attention to that, because an early diagnosis can make a big difference. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
As a firefighter, my job was about saving lives. I never thought one day I would be fighting for mine. MDA empowers people like me to live the best lives we can. Learn more at mda.org today.
First thing each morning, O'Connor and Company with Larry O'Connor. Weekday mornings from 5 to 9 on WMAL.
Mark Levin, Liberties, General, Patton. Call into the Mark Levin Show now at 877-381-3811.
All right. I'm getting there. What'd you say, Mr. Producer? What am I doing? You know, here in America, your car is your freedom. It's called mobility. It's not that case everywhere in the world, you know? But with thousands of miles on our nation's roads each year comes the risk of a costly breakdown. And cars are more complicated and more expensive than ever before. Don't let an unexpected repair destroy your budget. Lock in your low, ready for this? Low pay-as-you-go vehicle protection plan now with CarShield's price lock guarantee. That means the price you pay today is the price you'll pay for as long as you cover your car. A plan with CarShield includes 24-hour roadside assistance anywhere in the USA, plus towing and rental car benefits with qualifying plans. Probably a qualifying repair is a lot of repairs, don't you think? They're proudly based in St. Louis, Missouri. CarShield is an American company helping Americans. And when you call, you'll speak with a U.S.-based operator, not someone overseas, and get your free quote and 20% off. Free quote and 20% off. So visit carshield.com/Levin, carshield.com/LEVIN, or call 800-995-4766. Oops, blew that. 800-995-4766. 800-995-4766. That's carshield.com/LEVIN, carshield.com/Levin, or call 800-995-4766. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com. CarShield is fantastic. Mr. Producer has it. We do love it here. He really is the best. All right, Mr. Producer, let's pick up where we left off. You know, I don't normally do this, go through clips like this, but it went on for some time, and it was so historic and really so, I don't know, motivating. A lot better than I expected, to be perfectly honest with you. All right, we're at cut 9. Go.
Mr. President, I was encouraged by your clear statement at the UN against the recognition of a Palestinian state. That would be an outcome that, after October 7th, would reward terrorists, undermine security, and endanger Israel's very existence. As for the Palestinian Authority, I appreciate your firm position that the PA could have no role whatsoever in Gaza without undergoing a radical and genuine transformation. In your 2020 peace plan, which you mentioned just now, you made clear what that transformation requires. It's not lip service. It's not checking a box. It's a fundamental, genuine, and enduring transformation. And that means ending pay to slay, changing the poisonous textbooks that teach hatred to Jews, to Palestinian children, stopping incitement in the media, ending lawfare against Israel at the ICC, the ICJ, recognizing the Jewish state, and many, many other reforms.
Mm-hmm. And that's what was expected of them in 2020. So there's no reason to water that down. Now, in the context of all this that's going on, everybody knows Hamas is a horrific terrorist regime everybody except for the Marxist Islamists in our country. Mondani is one of them. Now, look, it's time to stop candy coating this. This man could be elected mayor of New York, and it's time to tell the truth and to stop playing games. This man supports Hamas. Therefore, he supports a terror organization. Therefore, he supports terrorism. That's the bottom line. You can't support the Nazis without supporting the Nazis. Now, Hamas is a terrorist organization recognized by us as a terrorist organization. It's a proud terrorist organization. It doesn't hide what it does, takes video of it. How hard is it to condemn Hamas? So Mondani wants to be mayor of New York. He won't condemn Hamas. He has a million excuses, which means he supports Hamas. Hamas is a terrorist organization that has killed Americans, Israelis, and other people, including Palestinians. So here he is at a press conference Friday. Cut 11, go.
Do you agree with Mr. Netanyahu's statement that Hamas is a terror organization that needs to be destroyed? And if you could speak the way he did on loudspeakers today to the 20 living hostages, what would your message be?
You know, I am not going to echo the words of Benjamin Netanyahu.
So there you go. I'm not going to echo the words of Benjamin Netanyahu. You see, because Netanyahu, to him and some of these others, is worse than Hamas. But he doesn't need to even bring up Netanyahu. Just condemn Hamas. But he won't. Now I ask you, the people of New York, what is that all about? What in the hell is that all about? Eric Adams has stepped down. Sliwa refuses to step down. Cuomo refuses to step down. So Mondani is likely to win. But I want you to come out and vote en masse and try and prevent what the polls say is a fait accompli. It can be done. It can be done.
Oh, these fuckers.
Ah, the Florida coast. Verbo has over 57,000 exclusive vacation homes on the Florida coast. That's 57,000 vacation homes Airbnb wishes they had. Make it a Verbo for your next Florida coast trip.
I've been representing workers' compensation claimants for nearly 20 years. One case that stands out in my mind is that of a roofer who fell off a severely pitched roof and was left permanently paralyzed from the chest down. So we took the case and went to work. Photo evidence proved that there was no safety equipment being used on site, and we obtained the maximum awards for that young man. Stanley Law.
They preempted that segment right there.
Performance does not guarantee future outcomes. StanleyLawoffices.com.
They threw a fucking commercial in there.
Syracuse and across New York and Pennsylvania.
I mean, this is who they are.
See?
They've infiltrated our country.
So whatever he just said, we missed
made
it.
An enormous amount of money. And now he wants to be
Thanks
mayor.
a lot, Google.
Seems to me that a very low standard
Fucking
is
idiots.
if you can't condemn a terrorist organization for 1,000 different reasons, if you can't, lying is lying. If you can't condemn a terrorist organization that has killed Americans, and you find 1,000 different ways to divert attention, to divert
Obviously, he's talking about what's going on in New York
seems to me to
City.
be a disqualifier. This guy's talking about affordability. He's going to make everything unaffordable. You wait and see. Unfortunately, the vast majority of you, my listeners, we know this. We know what's going to happen. We know right now what's going to happen. It's unbelievable. And when you look at how many people in the Democrat Party speak out, do you know, I think it was 47 Democrats in the House signed some letter, because they're good at signing letters, calling for a Palestinian state. 47. It's a lot. I don't know how many of them been to Gaza, but 47 for a Palestinian state. It's incredible what's happened to the Democrat Party. It's incredible what's happened to some in our own party. John Fetterman is on Fox News yesterday. Listen to what he has to. This guy, He was early on. He had the stroke. He was incoherent. But as time has gone on, he's one of the smartest people in Washington. I don't mean book smart, IQ smart. That's not what I'm talking about. Logical, reasoning. Cut 13, go.
Overall, I've been very pleased the way the president has backed Israel. I mean, as I do. I think I was the only Democrat that supported the Iranian nuclear facilities, and that's why I'm always willing to stand with the democratically elected leader of Israel. And I do think it's astonishing. You know, you have our allies are going to recognize Palestine when you have human beings held underground, tortured and starved, going on 2 years. And that is, and absolutely it's a reward for Hamas. That's going to be their narrative. They're going to claim that's why we did 10-7. That birthed our nation, and you can't ever give that to them. And I strongly reject any idea, especially now to talk about that, when you have human beings. I mean, they are normalizing keeping human beings underground for 2 years and forcing them to dug their own graves. And now it's like, hey, let's give them a nation.
Yeah, 47 Democrats in the House signed on to this. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
The questions start early.
How do I know when he's full?
Do babies hold grudges?
That's why we make one formula that feels right away, backed by breast milk science, and built for babies' brains, bellies, and beyond. Learn more at byheart.com.
From unsolved mysteries to unexplained phenomena, from comedy gold to relationship fails, Amazon Music's got the most ad-free top podcasts, included with Prime. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Hi, I'm Dorina, co-founder of OpenPhone. My dad is a business owner, and growing up, I'll never forget his old ringtone. He made it as loud as it could go because he could not afford to miss a single customer call. That stuck with me. When we started OpenPhone, our mission was to help businesses not just stay in touch, but make every customer feel valued, no matter when they might call. OpenPhone gives your team business phone numbers to call and text customers, all through an app on your phone or computer. Your calls, messages, and contacts live in one workspace, so your team can stay fully aligned and reply faster. And with our AI agent answering 24/7, you'll really never miss a customer. Over 60,000 businesses use OpenPhone. Try it now and get 20% off your first 6 months at openphone.com/drive. And we can port your existing numbers over for free. OpenPhone, no missed calls, no missed customers.
Ever felt defeated by cravings? You're not alone. Henry Meds is here to help support your weight management journey. Henry Meds' personalized compounded GLP-1 meds are shipped to your door. No insurance needed. Start taking back control today with treatments designed to reduce appetite and support your goals. To schedule a free online evaluation with a licensed healthcare provider, go to henrymeds.com/radio and get $100 off today. Results may vary. Not all patients are eligible. Compounded medications are not FDA approved. Consult a healthcare provider to determine if treatment is right for you.
Hey, business owners, still hauling tools in a minivan from the Clinton administration? Time to upgrade at Bob Johnson Ford of Pulaski. We've got cargo and passenger transit vans, low roofs, medium roofs, high roofs, rear wheel, all models. And right now, get $3,500 off your next transit. Roll up to 84 Caprera Drive or cruise over to BobJohnsonFord.com. That's Bob Johnson Ford of Pulaski, where your van dreams get 4 wheels and a roof of your choice. See dealer for details.
This week on Celeb News, Hollywood's newest posse. It's DirecTV's Genre Packs. Curated collections of your favorite channels and streaming apps together. Check out The Bad Boy, My Sports, The Heartthrob, Mi Español, and The Hot One, My Entertainment, with Disney Plus, Hulu, and HBO Max included. Starting at just $29.99 a month for the first 2 months. It's DirecTV like you've never seen it.
New residential customers. Auto renews monthly. Price higher in third month. Cancel anytime. Apps vary by pack. Prices may vary for third parties. Credit card and restrictions apply. 18 plus. See details at directv.com/genrepacks.
WMAL.
The anniversary of Israel's October 7th, 2023 terrorist attack is upon us. On this date, the world will come together to honor the 1,200 souls murdered and remember those still held in captivity. What happened 2 years ago also unleashed attacks on Jewish people everywhere. These anti-Semitic threats and deadly acts of violence are immense That's why the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews created Flags of Fellowship. Now, a growing movement, Flags of Fellowship, is a bold way to stand up for what you believe, a way to tangibly support the people of Israel and Jews everywhere simply by planting an Israeli flag. You can join this historic movement by giving just $25 to help plant flags. Support the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews and their work of saving and rebuilding lives in Israel and wherever God's people are in need. To give a tax-deductible gift, please call 844-866-IFCJ. That's 844-866-IFCJ. Or go online at levinforthefellowship.org.
Making sense of your world.
There are a lot of things that really tick me off.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL. WMAL. Making sense of the news. More than just politics. Because laughter is the best medicine. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
Just a little. Okie dokie. So we had stories today. Let's see if I bothered to even save them. Yes, I didn't. In Axios, a guy named Barak Ravid. Barak Ravid is an Israeli. He writes for Axios, maybe dual citizen, I don't know. But he was basically the scribe for the Biden regime and their tremendous hate for the state of Israel, for Netanyahu. And he was there to catch every syllable they spat at him and to run it. High-ranking sources, off the record, because that's what he does. It's yellow journalism. He does the same thing in the current environment. People in the government and out of the government, they know they can go to him, and he does the same thing. And I feel I know who the people involved are, directly or indirectly. It's not that hard to figure out. And then there was a leak to Mediaite that was sent to me. I hadn't seen it. Piece by Isaac Shore. I don't blame him for it, but he's just pointing out that there's another piece in which Israel and the prime minister come under attack because this fetish they have with Tucker, don't you know? Like Tucker's on the prime minister's mind all the time, you see. And I just put 101 together. And why are these people senior White House officials? Not Trump. Why are they beating the brains out of Benjamin Netanyahu? I notice these leaks are never about Qatar. I notice these leaks are never about Saudi Arabia. I notice these leaks are never about Hamas or Hezbollah or the Houthis or Iran. It's always Israel. Why is that? There was a leader in Nigeria, a Christian leader, an elected leader in Nigeria, and I posted this. And he said, why are only the Palestinians discussed? 500,000 Christians in Nigeria and other parts of Africa have been slaughtered and murdered by Islamists. Now, everybody mentions that. Bill Maher mentioned that. I mentioned that on Life, Liberty, and Levin, that and all the rest of the world, I think 2-3 weeks ago. Maybe a month ago. It is shocking, the extent of the brutality and murder against Christians. It's in Africa, it's in the Middle East, it's in communist China, and not a word. Not even in our country. I don't hear much talk about it at all. It's crazy. Or slavery. You know, we talk about slavery, and we should, in our history, but there's slavery going on today, right now as I speak. Black Christians being enslaved by black Islamists in Africa? Or how about Muslims being enslaved by the communist Chinese in China? What about it? Nothing, not a word by anybody but me. In Syria, Christian communities being burned to the ground. Christians being slaughtered. Citizens. And Druze and others? Nothing, not a word. Not a word. Or if there's a word, it's rare in Axios. It's rare in Mediaite. Or these senior officials leaking. What is this obsession with one man and one country? Pretty sick, don't you think? I want to read something to you. Next hour I'll read it, I'm told. Right, Mr. Producer? All right. See if I can find it. Just stick with me, folks. Yep. Time is our most precious commodity. Life is limited. It's that simple. So many of my listeners have asked my advice about how they can spend it wisely to improve themselves and the people around them. That's why I'm so excited that Hillsdale College is offering more than 40 free online courses in the most important and enduring subjects. You can learn about Western philosophy, the great works of literature, economics, and history of the U.S. Constitution, all available for free. I personally recommend you sign up for Introduction to Aristotle's Ethics, How to Lead a Good Life. Aristotle was such a genius. In this course, Hillsdale College's Larry Arnn, the president himself, he'll lead you through the most important lessons of Aristotle's ethics, including Aristotle's teachings about human nature, the meaning of the good life, the virtues necessary for happiness. The course is self-paced, so you can start whenever and wherever. Go right now to levinforhillsdale.com to enroll. That's Levin for Hillsdale.com. No cost. Easy to get started. It's so exciting, so interesting. That's levinforhillsdale.com to register for free. Levin for Hillsdale.com. I want to read something to you next hour. It's in the New York Post. And it is a letter that was written by Charlie Kirk. A profound letter. So much of what Charlie did was profound. And I want to read it to you. I'm not even going to give you a hint about what it is. I want you to stay with us so you can hear what Charlie said. We'll be right back.
WNAL.
The questions start early, and then they start multiplying.
Do babies hold grudges?
How do I know when he's full?
Logging poops, necessary?
Raising kids raises enough questions. That's why we make one formula that feels right away. One made by pediatricians and parents like you. Backed by breast milk science. And built for babies' brains, bellies, and beyond. You'll wonder about everything except this. ByHeart, the formula that answers. Learn more at byheart.com.
Did you know using your browser in incognito mode doesn't actually protect your privacy? Back your privacy with IPVanish VPN. Just one tap and all your data, passwords, communications, browsing history, and more will be...
No, Petros Papadiklis, you didn't fucking run me out of Vegas chat. You guys can't run me out of Vegas chat. If I want to go to Vegas chat, I go to Vegas chat.
For 70% off the yearly plan with this exclusive offer at ipvanish.com/audio.
This It's On Moment is brought to you by On Nicotine Pouches. If you're just tuning in, we're on the first tee at Fairway Links, and Spencer is up last.
Steve, he's got to be feeling the heat. Everyone's had a monster drive so far.
No doubt, Sue. A hush falls over the foursome as Spencer brings his club back.
Oh, Steve, it looks like it's on.
Products for tobacco consumers 21 years of age or older. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
The WNBA playoffs are here, and the heat is on. Every game, every play, every moment counts. Bet on your favorite teams and stars with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the WNBA.
My meter reads 8, so there's 8 people watching. Somebody's here.
Odds boost, and more. And for a limited time, all new DraftKings customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code HEART, that's code HEART, to turn $5 into $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE.
Yeah, best loser is Wiggin. He thinks he's smart. I could go into Vegas with a handle and they won't know it's me.
Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort,
I'm saving it.
May apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bet must win to receive reward. Minimum -500 odds required. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com.
I got another idea in my head too, Patrick. Something's gonna happen.
Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. The bipartisan meeting at the White House as lawmakers try to hammer out a deal to avoid a partial government shutdown.
Vice President J.D. Vance making a prediction after a meeting in the Oval Office with top leadership for both congressional Republicans and Democrats.
I think we're headed to a shutdown.
Senate Majority Leader John Thune says the chamber will vote on a bill that would extend government funding until late November tomorrow. Democrats like House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries want healthcare provisions included in order to get the 60 votes needed to break a filibuster.
This is a deadly, serious issue for the American people.
The funding deadline is midnight tomorrow.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz on Capitol Hill. The short-term funding bill is not expected to pass. President Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu have agreed to a 20-point plan that would end the war in Gaza.
It's just a part of the bigger picture.
These people are on tilt, Patrick. Andy and Patrick Rowe, Charlie. Charlie thinks he's going to come in my chat and fucking, engage in fucking idle chit chat. Listening to what I'm listening to. When before he said he doesn't like Mark Levin's voice. Thinks he's trolling me.
Calling it an act of violence investigation into the
Andy vowed his hatred for me on Acid Trips chat today. Again.
Continuing to receive leads, we're continuing to run down all information. And once we're able to ascertain definitively what we have, that's when we'll make those statements.
Acting FBI Special Agent in Charge, Reuben Coleman.
Fox's Jeff Manasso. 4 people were killed, 8 others hurt. The suspect, 40-year-old Marine veteran Thomas Jacob Sanford, was killed by police. America is listening to Fox News.
Electrical spark. I'm Sharon Reardon from the Novak Motors News Desk. Good evening. DC Fire says an electrical issue sparked a fire in the trunk of a Secret Service cruiser, providing security for today's White House meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The fire department was called to 18th Street and Pennsylvania Avenue Northwest around 9:30 this morning. Nobody was injured, and the Secret Service says its protective operations were not impacted. An early morning officer-involved shooting in Berkeley leaves one man hospitalized after threatening a crisis intervention team with an array of weapons.
Police were called to a home on Church Way off Lee Chapel Road Sunday night just after 10 p.m. and found a man outside his home. During the 3-hour negotiations, police say the man armed himself with chainsaws, an axe, a blowtorch, as well as a firearm. Officers then tried unsuccessfully to disarm the man with less than lethal projectiles. An officer then fired her service weapon, striking the man in the lower extremities. He's in the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The officer placed on restricted duty status pending an investigation. Barbara Britt, WMAL and WMAL.com.
And we're just a day and change now from a possible government shutdown. How might this impact you if it happens?
Federal workers will feel the impact first. So-called non-essential employees will be on unpaid leave, while those deemed essential continue working without pay. Workers are likely to be made whole down the line, but the financial hardship is immediate. Federal contractors are in the same boat, but many will never see back pay. Mail service will not be impacted, nor will Social Security or Medicaid payments, but other government programs such as food assistance could end as their funding dries up. Airline travel should be okay as long as unpaid TSA agents stay on the job. And you should expect national parks and museums to close. John Matthews on WMAL and WMAL.com.
WMAL News Time is 8:04. I'm Sharon Reardon. And now here's your WMAL traffic and weather from the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
In Virginia, 95 southbound, it's slow in Norton between Norton exit to 123. In Arlington, 395 northbound is jammed up between 110 and the Southwest Freeway in D.C. In D.C., no delays on 295 or 695. On the Maryland side of the Beltway, you're good to go on the inner loop and on the outer loop. And on 270, northbound between the Beltway and Frederick, you're not tapping the brakes on the northbound side or on the southbound side. And now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Storm Watch 7 forecast.
Tonight, cloudy with a passing shower, lows around 67. Tomorrow, cloudy with highs around 78.
Jumpstart MD is your Bay Area weight loss solution, making it easier with personalized plans and easy access to GLP-1 weight loss medications. Start in person or online for only $99. Offer ends September 30th. Visit jumpstartmd.com.
My doctor prescribed me Viagra. It wasn't covered by my insurance, so it was costing me like $65 a pill. That's expensive. Over 20 million guys like us use Viagra. Over a certain age, we just need it. I found a way to pay less than $3 a pill and get virtually the same effect of the $65 pill. I heard an ad just like this on the radio, called, and for $99, I got 40 generic versions of the $65 pill. Save yourself money and call right now and get over.
CB, this is Monica. That's what Monica looks like. That's Monica.
We need it, but not at high prices. Call now with your credit card and get the 40 bill special for just $99. Call 800-213-9258. 800-213-9258. Again, that's 800-213.
Alpesh doesn't like it when I do this.
Paid for by Steel Man Pills.
Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. Mark Levin.
Hello, America. Mark Levin here. Our number, 877-381-3811, 877-381-3811. The New York Post has published, and it's been reviewed by Josh Christensen and David Proper, the letter that Charlie Kirk wrote to Prime Minister Netanyahu not long before he was assassinated. They say Charlie Kirk wrote of his deep love for Israel in a letter to Netanyahu about how to counter rising opposition to the Jewish state in America. Assassinated conservative activists, they write, Charlie Kirk advised, those are words that are very hard to pass through my lips, very horrible. He wrote to Prime Minister Netanyahu how to counter, quote, anti-Israel sentiment, unquote, among Gen Z and win the information war being waged against the Jewish state, according to a letter obtained by the Post. Kirk wrote to Netanyahu in the May 2 missive that he was alarmed by anti-Israel and anti-Semitic trends, I'm quoting, and record levels on social media, since one of his greatest joys as a Christian is advocating, I'm quoting, for Israel and forming alliances with Jews in the fight to protect Judeo-Christian civilization. My team and I have spent months analyzing these trends and debating ideas that could help you and your country push back against these disturbing developments, he said in the letter. And an anti-Israel sentiment can undermine American support for Israel. He said the purpose of this letter is to lay out our concerns and outline potential remedies. Everything written here is from a place of deep love for Israel and the Jewish people, he said. He defended Israel when speaking on college campuses. They write as part of his duties leading Turning Point USA, one of the nation's largest conservative youth organizations. I think it's important to be brutally honest with you and those you love. In my opinion, Israel's losing the information war, needs a communications intervention. Netanyahu first mentioned the letter in a September 18 video address, 8 days after Kirk was shot and killed. Jesus. During an event at Utah Valley University to dispute monstrous falsehoods that Israel was somehow behind the killing. Right-wing pundit Candace Owens and others have claimed that Kirk was being blackmailed into making firm defenses of Israel in public while questioning U.S. support for the Jewish state privately. Pershing Square capital management boss Bill Ackman later published private text messages disputing the characterization. In the letter, Kirk urged Netanyahu's team to stop subcontracting rhetorical defenses of Israel to American surrogates, point out that at TPUSA's main voice on American college campuses often felt like he was defending Israel in public more strenuously than Israel was itself. Some of the areas that concern him, Israel is an apartheid state. These are things that he said, that he has to fight off. Why does Israel conduct ethnic cleansing? Why is America subsidizing Israel's genocide against the Palestinian people? Is American aid helping to subsidize Israel's free health care? Hadn't heard that one. And it's not free, by the way. Israel and the Jews are running U.S. foreign policy. Israel and Jews are responsible for 9/11. I think that's Qatar's. Defending Israel is not in our U.S. national interest. Why is Israel trying to drag us into a war in the Middle East? Says, I'm accused of being a paid apologist for Israel when I defend her. However, I don't defend Israel strongly enough. I'm accused of being anti-Semitic. I know you've got a seven-front war in my kvetching pales in comparison. I'm trying to convey to you that Israel's losing support, even in conservative circles. There should be a five-alarm fire. He's right. And part of the reason is these bigots who pretend to be conservatives, pretend to be MAGA, and the hate that they spew over and over and over again. They call themselves influencers, and they know what they're doing. Some of them are comedians, so whatever they are. That's the truth. And it goes on. The letter is available online at the New York Post. Let me make sure of this. Today, dated today. But I wanted to bring that to your attention. He's trying to be helpful. He's trying to be helpful. And there you have it. Let's see. We have Iran announces $25 billion nuclear plant deal with Russia at Breitbart. Oh, yes, it's an energy issue, don't you know? The Democrats want to shut down the government in America. That's their plan. They always feel like it works for them. You see, it's usually the administration, the party in office that takes the hit. I say bring it on because I feel like President Trump is prepared for this. They're not used to fighting somebody who just goes on the offensive. He's just a tremendous counterpuncher. And when I saw this Russ Vought talking about, okay, well, we're going to start with firing federal employees. In other words, what they're going to do then is if the Democrats want this fight, their goal is not to punish the private sector and the people out there, but to punish the government for the lack of government support. Now, I want to make something very clear. We're going to get into this more.
You want to see it again? That's Monica.
The government does not stop.
I was around when all that was going on.
Closes.
I was around for that. They talked about it in JC's.
It still takes in income taxes. It still takes in user fees.
I was invited to Monica's chat.
It normally takes.
Yeah, they tried to groom Billy.
Now, follow what I'm saying. I'm talking about income. The revenues to the federal government don't stop. They don't even reduce. They keep coming in. So what's the problem? The problem is they're spending.
Not once did Donnie talk to me. Not one time did Donnie talk to me.
the government just shutting
What he did, it was in his chat.
No.
She hides underneath JC's fucking wrench.
They're spending well over the revenue. I believe what I saw.
You're right, Wiggin. I'm gonna get on fucking Monica. She's a big mouth motherfucking bitch. She's a meddling fucking fool. All up into everybody's shit, just like you.
We're going to shut down the government if you don't agree with us, President Trump.
What is it to you if VB has somebody come and stay at her place? What is it to you, Wiggin? It's just unfucking believable. You did it with Shannon. What is it to you that LD went and visited her?
It's like they're hooked on deficit heroin. They can't control themselves. They can, but they won't.
Sorry, Charlie. I don't want to talk to you.
Now, with that kind of money,
Charlie's in my backstage.
Social Security.
I don't feel like talking to you, Charlie.
Medicare is paid. Veterans are paid. The military.
We ain't friends. You don't get to joke around with me like that.
And so forth and so on. And when they say shut down the government,
you guys always trying to play me.
Years ago, Paul Ryan.
I ain't letting you up, Charlie.
Actually, when he was either speaker or head of one of the spending committees in Congress.
It's useless talking to you, Charlie.
That only effectively 17% of the government shuts down. But you see, they try to make it the most painful parts. And the media, all the media go out with their cameras and they try and show you that here's this guy sitting on the corner, he's missing this, or here's this, they try and make it. So you'll say, yes, I give up. Uncle, spend the extra 1.5 trillion. I want to remind you of something. This is very important. I've talked about this every time this comes up, but people forget. Remember during the pandemic? Remember when governors, particularly in blue states, but not exclusively, were shutting down businesses left and right? Remember when people were going out of business left and right? Remember when people were losing their jobs left and right? In the millions. You never heard them once. These governors, these senators, Biden, his regime, once show any sympathy for all the mayhem that was created in the private sector, all the businesses that were shuttered, all the people who lost their jobs in the private sector. It didn't matter. Remember Newsom, Whitmer? Remember all these people? That fat slob in Illinois? Remember these people? Pritzker? It was perfectly fine. Shutting down jobs in the private sector. Or even shutting down jobs in local government and state government and county government. Perfectly fine. But if you dare hold people accountable in the federal government, then you've crossed the rubric. Then you've crossed the line. You've crossed the line. And that's a pseudo event. They're trying to create panic, create upset. Now look at all the healthcare people that are going to be laid off. So the Democrats want to do maximum damage to the extent that they can and blame the president and the Republicans. Hakeem Jeffries already started. He's a top-notch liar and propagandist. He says the Republicans control the House, the Republicans control the Senate, the Republicans control the presidency, all the elected branches of government. They're going to blame us for the shutdown. Here's what we know. The roadblock is in the Senate, where they have the filibuster rule. So it's not that the Republicans control the Senate. It's that they will use these mechanisms, and not just that, and other mechanisms to prevent the Republicans from prevailing. And they passed in the House what they call a clean continuing resolution. That means No impact, no major increases, no taxes. They just, extending the current spending for the current, situation based on revenue. Nothing really new, but the Democrats are insisting on $1.5 trillion more in spending, including free health care for illegal aliens. They're going to shut down the government for free health care for illegal aliens. So the president apparently met with them today and didn't get anywhere. He put them off for a while, tried to get them to think straight, but they don't want to think straight because they're not about the American people. They're about power, as I wrote in my book, On Power. That's what they want, power. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
My doctor prescribed me Viagra. It wasn't covered by my insurance, so it was costing me like $65 a pill. That's expensive.
Over 20 million guys like us use Viagra. Over a certain age, we just need it. I found a way to pay less than $3 a pill and get virtually the same effect of the $65 pill. I heard an ad just like this on the radio, called, and for $99, I got 40 generic versions of the $65 pill. Save yourself money and call right now and get over 40 pills for $99. There's no embarrassment here to use Viagra. If we're over 50, we need it, but not at high prices. Call now with your credit card and get the 40 pill special for just $99.
Call 800-213-9258. 800-213-9258. Again, that's 800-213-9258. Paid for by Steelman Pills.
Air traffic controllers guide tens of thousands of flights every day, getting passengers and cargo to their destination safely. Aviation professionals always answer the call, but they can't do it alone. We must invest in modern equipment, facilities, and controller staffing.
Mary, you lied again, Mary. Stop lying, Mary.
You wear many hats.
JC
But
never
sometimes
lies.
You really need an extra pair of hands. Upwork is how good companies find great and trusted freelance talent. With more than 2 decades of experience, with the simple and ambitious goal of pioneering a better way of working, companies at every stage turn to Upwork to get things done and find more flexibility in staffing key projects and initiatives. They access a global marketplace filled with top talent in IT, web dev, marketing, and more. Posting a job on Upwork is easy. With no cost to join, you can register, browse freelancer profiles, and get help drafting a job post or even book a consultation. From there, you connect with freelancers that get you and can easily hire them and take your business to the next level. Visit Upwork.com right now and post your job for free. That's Upwork.com to post your job for free and connect with top talent ready to help your business grow. That's UPWORK.com, Upwork.com.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's
I thought I
Lung
already
Association
had that
and the
fucker
Atkins.
on here. Now, if it, what happened to it?
I want to pause for a moment and thank you for listening and standing with us. The truth is, Blaze TV only exists because of people like you who refuse to let fear silence the truth. Darkness never has the final word, not in America. Not with me, not with us. This isn't about one personality or one network. It's about a family of people who believe America is worth defending and worth healing. And when you subscribe, you make sure the truth has a voice, not just today, but for the next generation. By joining with us, you're standing shoulder to shoulder with a community that knows America is worth fighting for. You're choosing courage over censorship, truth over fear, and light over darkness. So, folks, don't wait. You've heard me talk about the Blaze a lot. Join Blaze TV today. Go to LevinTV.com, LEVINTV.com/Levin. LevinTV.com/Levin. And get $20 off right now. And for as little as $8 a month, you could be part of shaping the future. That's LevinTV.com/Levin. LEVINTV.com/LEVIN.
Making sense of your world.
Greatly appreciated.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
I love listening to you.
Making sense of the news.
WMAL's Vince Colonnades, weekdays at noon on 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
What a difference. What a fucking difference.
Hey, baby.
I'll show you. Down the highway. Let it roll.
He's so glum, everybody. Come on.
Down the highway.
Here we have a New York Times article. You can play in the background. I love this song. That the president or the investigation of the Soros Foundation is sending chills through all these left-wing organizations. Tell me, when they were investigating the Federalist Society, the National Rifle Association, and God knows how many conservative groups, did the New York Times give a damn then? Of course not. Hit it.
Nah, look at that fucking thing.
Tried to overthrow the economy of Britain. George Soros and company is spending a fortune trying to overthrow the government in Israel. George Soros and company has backed every effort.
I don't know if I could get away with playing BTO or not.
So forth of any significance in our country.
They'll probably block it out in some areas.
No.
They do that.
Are they following their tax status? Seriously? Are they? No. Only the average American gets.
I don't mind foreigners as long as their intentions are good.
Soros. I mean, after all, he just acquired 200 radio stations on the slide. Remember that one? Oh yeah. No looky at George Soros. No. According to the New York Slimes, which of course is the New York Slimes. All right, thank you. This budget battle.
Now I feel bad timing Charlie out.
The chapter on language is really a great chapter. A lot of people think it's the best one in the book.
Let me see if I can do something about it.
This to me is the best book I've ever written. It really is. People have read many of my books. They say this is it. You know, he told me 2 weeks ago it was the best book he's ever read that I've written.
Let's see if that works. Say, I'll let your buddy in here with you, Patrick Rowe.
He had this book.
I just unblocked fucking Charlie.
For 6 to 7 hours a day, 3 to 4 days a week.
He was just in my backstage, but I wouldn't let him up.
And he had this book on the table.
No, not during VPI hour.
And I asked him during the break, is that
or VIP hour?
So half the time I just sit here.
All right. He's not a VIP. You got to be a VIP to come up on here when my program's on from 6 to 9.
In relation to politics and government, candidates, public officials,
or when I'm live in the morning from 9 to 12,
are routinely the target of deceit. I want you to think about this when it comes to this budget battle. Intended to convince them of a viewpoint, to vote for them.
He hasn't been paying attention.
Support, champion a policy or cause.
He can't even get my name right.
Negative language.
He wants the name of my village. I doubt he can fucking spell it.
Now listen to this. I completed this book in May, I think. For example, Senator Bernie Sanders, a Marxist, who self-identifies as a democratic socialist, has repeatedly accused Republican Party, the party, of supporting tax cuts for billionaires and of being the party of billionaires, a typical Marxist-based class warfare mantra. Of course, 3 of the Democrat Party's most notable supporters are among the wealthiest men in the world, each multi-billionaires, George Soros, Bill Gates, and Warren Buffett. Republicans are not without billionaire supporters, of course, like Elon Musk, a former Democrat Party supporter, but it is Sanders, among others, and the Democrat Party who consistently use this line to attack Republicans. You have the over 77 million people who voted for Donald Trump for president and the hundreds of thousands who contributed to his campaign. Yeah. As well as the campaigns of other Republican candidates, the percentage who were billionaires is so small as to be incalculable. A party or candidate that is for billionaires could never achieve such an electoral landslide. The tax cuts proposed and instituted, whether John Kennedy, Ronald Reagan, Donald Trump, affected lower and middle income class citizens the most. I'm not done. A little bit more. We'll be right back.
WMAL. This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with
I'm
less
amusing
than 200,000
myself.
miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you could pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line is established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. So call 800-995-4766 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is
This fucking college CB a twat. Hey, Patrick, come on up. Take your shirt off. Let's see your pectoral muscles. All right, Wiggin fucking showed his body because I was going like this. Come up here and take your shirt off and go like this.
Again, 800-995-4766.
This week on Celeb News, Hollywood's newest posse. It's DirecTV's Genre Packs. Curated collections of your favorite channels and streaming apps together. Check out The Bad Boy, My Sports, Heartthrob, Mi Español.
And I've been thinking of a new clone for Mary Burney. I come up with a good name. The Folds of Mary. The Folds of Mary. That's a good handle for you, Mary Burney. I'm gonna make cinnamon rolls. I thought she was actually gonna use that countertop mixer she had to make a little fucking thing of dough, sweet dough. It ain't hard to make sweet dough. If you got the mixing bowl with the dough hook, it's fucking easy to make. Just takes time to do it.
Getting approved is quick and easy, and with our meter rate guarantee, you know the lowest rate possible. Our team is here to help you along the yellow brick road to home ownership with honest advice.
10 minutes. I can time you out for 10 minutes. Is that what you want, Patrick?
Or just call or text, because at Northern, there's no place like home.
Hey, Patrick, I think Monica likes you. I think Monica likes you, Patrick.
Or apply online at mynorthern.com. Federally insured NCUA.
Look at that picture. What do you think, CB? We know what you look like, and we know what she looks like. You're single, and she's married. She's never had a kid. She's never been. If she was pregnant, something wasn't right.
Sunshine savings at Widget Auto Sales, a used car leader. Plenty of late model vehicles.
Somehow Monica feels that if she blocks me, it's a big deal. She's still, they talk and everything. They just.
2018 Toyota 4Runner, 59,000 miles. Would look perfect in your driveway. Hey, the sun is shining at Widget Auto Sales on out of Washington Street. And see them on.
How about you, Destiny? Destiny's the one running around saying she's a lesbian.
Whether you write code
all right.
or shape strategy, if you build, you belong. Twilio's customer engagement platform is the ultimate toolbox for developers, designers, business leaders, and everyone in between. Looking to create truly memorable customer experiences?
Usually good-looking women aren't
Data, AI, and real-time communication
aren't in a relationship like that.
So you can build without limits, without workarounds, and without compromise. So, what will you build today? Learn more at Twilio.com.
The market's uncertain, revenue's tight, and hiring on hold. But expectations haven't changed, and neither have the deadlines. That's why results-driven companies are using Upwork to keep work moving, even when
Spunky.
everything else is on pause. Go to Upwork.com.
Spunky.
Talent fast. No bulky overhead. No rigid long-term contracts. Just the right expert right when you need them for the work that needs to get done.
Where are you anyways?
For AI developers, you can find trusted freelancers for just about any project. Build a flexible workforce in days. Set your
Where are you, Justin Boyle?
only pay for work you approve with built-in payment protection. Upwork helps you protect your budget, preserve momentum, and deliver despite the uncertainty. Lower the cost, keep the output. Upwork
Remember Peter Boyle?
that delivers results on demand. Work smarter and faster with Upwork. Go to Upwork.com now. Again, that's UPWORK.com. Post a job for free and get started today.
A dog? I'm not. I was making sense of your world.
I agree with everything you're saying.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
My heart just breaks for what's going on.
Making sense of the news.
Did that drive Patrick Rowe away?
I just wanted to do this last paragraph here from On Power. Additionally, when Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, also self-identifies as a democratic socialist, denounces the Republican Party and President Trump as wanting to destroy Social Security and Medicare, is another falsehood intended to incite fear and anger. You can think of no Republican president or Republican Congress that has sought to destroy either program. Why would they? In fact, President Trump has repeatedly and publicly said he will not touch either program. Other Republicans have, over the years, proposed reforms to both programs to help ensure their future viability in response to the trustees who issue annual reports warning of their prospective insolvency. And each time the proposed reforms are met with Democrat Party charges of Republicans wanting to destroy the programs. So the saying that Social Security and Medicare are the third rail of politics, that is, do not touch them or even talk about adjusting them. The allegations against the Republicans are even more irrational, given that millions of Republicans receive benefits from Social Security and Medicare, and many of them vote. So why would Republicans run on an agenda of destroying these programs when to do so would disunite their party and ensure electoral defeat? Obviously, they would not. But the purpose of the negative language, as I write in On Power, is not to communicate the truth.
I look at that picture right there. Just that's what I'm grinning at. That fucking
in the pursuit of votes and power. That's what's going on now with the Democrats and the so-called budget debate and the government shutdown stuff. That's what's going on. Folks, some of America's most cherished values are under attack. Values like faith, family, and freedom that have guided this nation for generations.
Hey, CB, I wish you wouldn't
That's why I
use
proudly
that.
support AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens. Now, the Association of Mature...
I really don't want you fucking addressing people using those 4 letters before their name, CB. I'll give you a choice. Either you can remove your comment or I'm going to do it for you. Don't be calling people nigger. Don't be talking like that in here. Now, so if a VIP comes up on panel, I'm not sure who that would be. Right now, it's fucking Patrick Rowe is triggered. And I think Monica likes him. Yeah, all right. I mean, do you live in that kind of environment? I don't think you live in the hood, right? Ah, nigga, hey, nigga, hey, oh, nigga, hey, nigga. Yeah. There's a couple in here I can't say for sure. Like Turnt, I got a feeling Turnt is a black dude. And look at how they come after my neighbor Nate when he showed up. He ain't been around. He's got his own thing going. Yeah, he doesn't like to disturb. He's a good guy. He's over 40.
Seriously. Like number 3, that's silly. So let's clean that up a little.
I know, I see that, CB. He keeps.
Let's go to Jimmy in Brooklyn, New York. On the Mark Levin app. Go right ahead, my friend.
Does he understand you don't want to come up here?
Came in, I just put your show
You just like being in chat and doing this?
Reading before, but that term peaceful coexistence, whoever wrote that.
Yeah, Turnt's a good guy.
When Reagan was president, he was presented with either a treaty or some kind of deal with the Soviets.
All right, let's slow down because you didn't hear the whole thing. Let's say they don't want that. I want you, Jimmy, to read all 20.
He ran away from Monica.
Okay?
Mark, I'm talking specifically what.
Okay, let me finish and then you can talk. Okay, you didn't read it. I said you can talk. This has nothing to do with Reagan and the communists. In this plan, if there's a violation, the plan crumbles. Israel can go in, take out Hamas with the U.S. backing. In this plan, if the Palestinians don't become something other than they are, the Palestinian Authority, it crumbles. I would encourage you to read this. There's really no parallel. Now go ahead with your Reagan communism thing.
Right. When Reagan was president, there was either a treaty or some kind of deal with the Soviets. And when he was reading it, when he saw the term peaceful coexistence, he crossed out peaceful coexistence because Reagan knows what that is. That was a term, a Leninist term, how to defeat us.
Do I even want to say anything?
Writings. Peaceful coexistence is we don't have open war with each other, but the.
Hey, Patrick, New York, you hear me? Say yes or no. Will you post yes or no? You right there? You watching?
The Palestinians, Hamas, have scores of things they have to do for the rest of this to kick in. Jimmy can focus on peaceful coexistence. It's irrelevant in this case. Irrelevant. Whether it's from Lenin or Mao, Aristotle or Cicero, it's irrelevant.
Now, is she baiting me or what?
It's irrelevant.
I just happened to look. 12 minutes ago, she put that up.
He's a little bit informed. As I say, if you don't like the term peaceful coexistence, that's fine. Then don't use it. I don't care about it because it misses the entire point. How many of you think there's going to be peaceful coexistence in the Middle East? Raise your hand. Exactly. So
well, welcome to Billy Land, Patrick.
You're missing the point. The point is, as I read this, Hamas has to cease being Hamas. Maybe unlikely. The Palestinian Authority has to cease being the Palestinian Authority. How many of you think that's going to happen? The Arabs and the Muslims have the responsibility to literally demilitarize Gaza. That's a big responsibility.
That's funny.
Let's see if they can do it. And so this is the way I view it. This is the way I view it. Reagan crossing out peaceful coexistence. I'm a Reagan. That has nothing to do with it. That's just verbiage. That's all. Am I missing something, Rich? Seriously, if I am, tell me. Let's go to Jeff, Twin Cities, Minnesota, XM Satellite. Go ahead.
Mark, how are you tonight?
I'm okay. Thank you.
Fantastic. Okay, I'll just take a couple of seconds of your time. First of all, I read your book, Democratic Party Hates America. You signed a copy for me. Great book. I am going to buy the other one. And I have a way, and I want your opinion on this. I don't know if it can be done, but I want your opinion. As far as Curtis Lewill running against Mondani in New York, why can't he show October 7th somehow on, I don't know if he can buy TV time there or put it on.
Let me slow down. The networks and the cable channels won't allow it. I've tried to show it on my show. They won't allow it. So he can't buy. He can buy all the time he wants. They're not going to run the ad.
Would they run it on any type of?
I just told you they're not going to run it.
Okay.
You can run it on the internet.
Fly.
But this is the point. You want to have a broader.
Fucking fly.
You cannot run it on.
It's hot out today. Fucking 80
TV,
degrees.
whether it's cable or broadcast network.
Okay. I would love to go to Israel with Pastor Hayden. Can you hook me up?
No, I can't hook you up. That's not what I do here. But you can contact his church directly, I suppose.
You're the big shit.
All right, thanks for your call. What's going on tonight? I'm supposed to hook up the guy with Pastor Hayden, Mr. Producer? Yeah. Maybe it was a joke. But I don't get it. But I recommend you go and with Pastor Hagee because he's the best. He's the best. The fact that we are killing. Okay, we'll be right back.
If you are 50 or older, it is recommended that you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can disrupt your life for weeks.
I'm being cursed. I'm being cursed.
Vaccination is also recommended. Talk to your doctor about vaccination today and learn more at lungs.org/protect.
That's why you got no money. Your dad's a fucking useless bastard. You know what I mean? Couldn't be bothered to go to work. Like you, lazy fat cunt. You're a fat stone and a bastard. That's right.
What do you think, JT? It's fucking hilarious, isn't it?
Going back to bed. Fucking wake and lay down around back to sleep, you old bastard. You fucking lose proportion. Your body shape's all fucked out of proportion. You fucking cunt. Son of a bitch. Tongue rattling this shit.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Really? I've got curves like. If you come here, you get curves.
9132. That's 800-785-9132. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-785-9132. The IRS.
Oh, the Woolworths. That's you, isn't it? You live in the Woolworths house. Fucking big all that. Alright, you fucking wife. I'm out, I'm going back to bed, wife. Alright, you fucking wife. Go and sort out your kitchen. Go and clean up some dishes, you fucking prick, really. Instead of smoking down your fucking bedroom. Go and go sleepy, sleepy. Sleepy, sleepy.
This is our year.
You know, if getting AT&T is best deal to anything, it's that switching things up can be a good call.
Get the all-new iPhone 17 Pro on us. Designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet. Most expensive plan not required.
This fall, heel pain and sore arches won't stop you. Hand-stitched leather boots deliver lasting comfort. Arch support eases pain, keeps autumn walks comfortable and strong. Waterproof shoes built to last. Handle wet leaves, tailgates, rainy hike.
7 days now since you left me.
Why are you so mad right now? Why are you mad?
Hey, Alpesh, you just on your chat, you're saying you're going to bed. What's the matter, Alpesh? What's the matter, Paul? You guys lonely? Nobody to talk to or what? Nobody's panel to sit on and fucking waste their time or what? Did you come to see Monica? There's Monica. There. Look at that pretty face. I just told CB I'd rather have a woman with no teeth than them fucking things. She brags about her money and all that. Then she bitched that she couldn't get on fucking SSI or something with Medicaid or whatever. You're a real piece of work, Monica. That ain't no redneck. That's just a fucking dumb person. You do push-ups. Come on up. You do push-ups. Come up and show your belly. Women want to see our bellies. That's what turns a woman on the most. The man's belly. It's true. There you go.
These shoes are specially designed for middle-aged and elderly men. Comfortable, slip-on, and non-slip walking shoes. Got wide feet, high insteps, or swelling. They go on easy with zero squeeze.
There's the link. Mononucleosis. Mononucleosis. Mononucleosis.
Downtown, walk around, settle down, buy me a pop a drink, give me through life.
All right, I'm leaving, everyone. Mononucleosis. I don't really go too many places, Patrick. JC's chat, Wiggins' chat, Acid's chat. I've been to Monica's when she went live a few times, very few times. I go to Dougie's chat, but very briefly, hardly. Just to communicate, maybe. He was up here yesterday or the day before.
These are the coolest and easiest lights you can buy and require no tools to install. Each box comes with everything you need and covers up.
I was in Amsterdam chat that day. There was
adhesive, and you just peel and stick the lights right to them.
There was a glitch in the system, and the blue wrenches weren't working for whatever reason. What happened? I was Johnny on the spot. So JC had a poll whether or not to ban you, huh? But yeah, she lets anybody, and she's very forgiving. She's going to take a poll, and if everybody votes yes, that's what she's going to go by. I'm not stressed. Not at all. In fact, I'm going to go watch a movie, Alpesh. You're the one stressed. You said you were going to bed, Alpesh. Huh? Do I need to look again? You take a peek. Monday morning blues. It's past Monday morning. Gone sleepy, back in 4 hours or so. Results of what? Oh, there's Cleo. Thought you were sleeping. He says sleepy. Sleepy, Alpesh. Alpesh. Pud Puller Patel. Pud Puller. Hey, Pud Puller. Oh, I don't know. I didn't go back and look. I just went there to see what was going on. I see that, and then you posted no. And your fucking comment disappeared. Yeah. Yeah. I haven't really had dinner. I've snacked a little bit, but I haven't had dinner. I got a whole bunch of, my nephew brought me fucking 4 pounds of ground beef. Half of it I'm going to cook and throw it in some tomato sauce. Yeah, I have canned fucking ragu or whatever the hell it is. I'll throw my own spices in it. I might go to the store and just get some fresh basil. Oh, Patrick, what's the matter, Patrick? Huh? Your pal over in England doesn't want to run his panel? Is he getting tired of listening to you fucking cry about Billy yet, or what? I'm just waiting for him to get sick of it, because it's gonna happen, Patrick, bro. It's gonna happen. Now Wiggins back to fucking up his ass. I think you're the bum there. In fact, I know you are. Poor Patrick. You really look pathetic in that chair, fucking shaking your hands all the time. The German steel. German steel. I'm gonna pay CB to come visit you. You ever think maybe CB doesn't want to come up here? If she did, she would have been here a long time ago. Patrick Rowe, why are you always worried about other people instead of what you do? Huh? You're homeless when you first come on the scene, right? I mean, I've only known you a little over a year now. You and your little fucking friends. Alpesh Patel doesn't want to sit there and listen to you tonight. He's getting sick of it. No, you guys use my words. You guys fucking plagiarize every fucking thing I say. You try to twist everything. I just give you more just to feed the fucking trolls. I feed you motherfuckers. Otherwise, you wouldn't be trashing me. You wouldn't even be thinking about me. If you had something better to do, Patrick Rowe, you'd be doing it. And he vowed his hatred. Yeah, you are. You're worried about me. Why are you going to another man's chat up on another man's panel and fucking crying about Billy Hayden? Why don't you open your own panel? Get your friends to come in there and talk to you there. Why you just sit there and make shit up, Patrick Rowe? You're that fucking kid next door that you can't just reach out and slap. I'm in your fucking head every minute of the day, Patrick Rowe. There isn't a place you go you don't bring up my name, whether it's spelled wrong or not. This fucker asking Siri for information on Billy Hayden, but he's saying Billy Gaden. Oh, you're here to save me, all right. I think that's the case, right? Instead of buying CB a bus ticket, why don't you just jump on your motorcycle or buy yourself the bus ticket and come up, Patrick? Come on up, Patrick. Come on up, Patrick. Let's switch all your welfare up to here. I know people personally at the welfare office. Social workers. I've dealt with homeless veterans, Patrick. I was a homeless veteran a long time ago. And then I sued the Navy. There you go. I sued the Navy. Yeah, I sued the Navy, Patrick, New York. All right. I claimed benefits when they came along down the line. I got hired because of my fucking military experience at Fort Drum. Worked over there for a while. I didn't spend my money on cocaine. I might have spent some on pot, but I ain't spending on cocaine. It's in the kitchen. It's a 5-burner stove. It's a Whirlpool gas stove. I have the conversion kit with it. It's not hooked up yet. The guy that's going to do it is busy. I'm in no big hurry. It'll get hooked up. In fact, I had 3 people come and look at it, not just one. 3 people. I'd tell you the name of the business, but Acid Trip would be calling them. Be calling a heating and oil business. Fucking warning them about Billy Hayden. Yeah. You're about useless, Patrick Rowe. You're useless. You are. You're a dumb fucker. You might as well go back to JC's. I'm not going to be live much longer, Patrick. I'm leaving. I'm going to go relax. I've been live 3 hours, 49 minutes. So maybe I give it another 11 minutes. That's 4 hours, and I'm leaving. Now, since you guys want to play, you think you can defeat me on my own panel? Patty cakes. Patty cakes, Baker's man. Sucks Billy's cock just as fast as he can. That's definitely last call right there. You think you're tough enough to take me on up here, Patrick Rowe? Here, let me help you out, Patrick. For the next 10 minutes, Patrick, you have one choice. You can click on my link. I just timed you out. You're done spamming my chat. Sorry. Nah. See if I can find a song that would be good to play. I don't think they said anything about Hank Williams music. Well, I just search the motherfucker, I guess.
Hi everyone, Jeremy Allen White here. Tickets are officially on sale for our new film, Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere.
Well, they blew up the... Well, my mama met my daddy down in Alabama. They tied the knot, so here I am. Born on the bayou on the Texas line. Loved in Louisiana, raised on jambalaya. Now before I could walk, I had a guitar in my hand. By the time I could talk, I had my own band. I went on the road when I was 8 years old. When I turned 15, I was stealing the show. Money to burn and the girls are pretty. It didn't take me long to learn that I was born to boogie. When I was 18, I went to Hollywood. I met a Elvis Marilyn and Johnny B. Good. Got my guitar painted and some California sun. A red Cadillac had too much fun.
Fuck you, Billy.
I was in Jennings there, and we moved it on over to NBM. They said, this is the boy we've been telling you about. He lit a cigar and he stuck his hand out.
Didn't stay long. You wish you could fuck me. That's the problem.
name is Bo Seegers. I drink a whiskey by the gallon, but I never back down. Never love a good challenge. What I do now is what I did then. I like to get down to all my rowdy friends. Now I can be sweet and I can be mean. I still got my hand and I still wear my jeans. My shades are chrome, my guitar steel. If you think I won't, then believe me I will. Get down on you, baby, cause I ain't no ready. I was put in a part and I was born to boogie.
All right. I'll see everybody later. I'm leaving.